There is audio now. Okay, sweet. Sweet, sweet. Hello and welcome everybody. We are at ESDA Mugello today for our first comp of the season. I am joined here today with my commentator Vroom, as always. And we are getting ready to get everything going. Sorry for such a long delay between comps this year, or between the last one and now. Trying to get everything ready for the Pro Series and getting the Pro Pack made and whatnot. But like I said, today we are at ESDA Mugello. I might have said Mondello originally. My fault. We're at ESDA Mugello for our first ever event for the season, and it is with our Pro Pack that we just got done making. Like I said, I'm joined here with Vroom today. The other ADL commentator. How are you feeling today, Vroom?
I'm feeling as great as I can be. You know, like you said, it's kind of been a long break between comps, so it's great to be back. And I'm just ready to let everyone see the debut of these elite cars, man.
I feel that, man. I am really, really pumped. Can't wait for the first round today. My PC is acting up really bad right now. I don't know why. I'm just trying to switch over to the judges to let them know they're good to go, to send them off whenever they're ready. Let me hop over here with them and let them know that they're good and they can go whenever they're ready.
All right, we are good to go.
I don't know what's going on with my computer right now. It won't let me change anything on Discord. I can't switch calls. I can't. I don't know. My Discord's frozen right now.
Okay, let us know.
Well, don't go yet. My computer's frozen.
No, just let us go. Okay. I'll stay here, then let them know.
I'll try to task manager close it.
Oh my god. Sometimes I really hate Discord.
It's been acting up a lot recently.
It really has been. It is really, really annoying.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Can I move around now? No. Discord's still frozen. What is going on, bro?
Oh, man.
This is so annoying. Alright. 1 second.
Oh.
In the issue.
Alright, we're back. Everything seems to be fine now. So we're good to go whenever you guys are. If you want to go ahead and send the first group, then go right on ahead.
Okay.
Hey, how many crickets did you get? Just one drown.
Alright, sorry about that, everybody. We were having some computer malfunctions over on our end, and nothing wanted to work properly. Maybe because it's been such a long time since we live streamed, but we got it going. Sorry about that again. But we're gonna get the first group sent off, Group A sent off, for the start of our very first competition this year. And oh, I don't know. No, something is going on. Alright, looks like the first group is getting ready to go. It's Riley against a large pencil.
Yep.
Looks like somebody behind them didn't get the memo that we're starting the competition. Okay, cool. Alright. Well, off to a slow start here, but
Yep.
we're getting there.
bit.
We'll get it going as the day goes on here.
First
Again,
comp of the year.
Yeah,
Little shaky.
again, we apologize. It has been quite a while since we ran a competition, so getting back in the swing of things here. But like I said, it will smooth out as time goes on. So.
Yep.
All right, and here we go for the first battle of the day. Riley in the S15 against Large Pencil in the E36. Riley with a really fast initiation, but Pencil trying to close that gap up. Definitely gained some proximity back on him. Bumper to bumper on transition, but Riley putting down a really killer lead run in that RX-7. Wow. What a great run to start the competition with.
What a great run. Almost no mistakes there from Riley, our runner-up in our final battle, or final comp of the last year at Daytona. Was a little bit shallow through that last outside zone. But other than that, pretty good chase there by Pencil. Nothing wrong on his end.
No,
Overall,
pretty much,
great.
yeah, pretty much a ideal start to the competition.
Two great drivers, that's what you expect to see.
That is exactly right. Well, here we go. Pencil now in the lead. Camera spazzing out a little bit on me there, but that's okay. Oh, Riley with a little bit of a bump, letting Pencil know that he's right there with him. Pencil holding it together, though. Oh, Pencil a little bit of a tire drop there on that second outside zone. Riley sucking it up tight to him across the line here. Wow. That's going to be really hard for the judges to decide who the winner is there. Pencil did, though, like we said, he did have a tire drop.
Yep,
that second outside zone. So we'll have to see what the judges say. But overall, not a bad run from either driver to start the competition off today.
Absolutely not. You know, like you were saying, that tire drop may come into play and may be the deciding factor. But also you got to take into account that Riley was a little bit shallow through that last outside zone. I'm not sure if that would have much of an impact as a tire drop, but it all just depends on what the judges think.
I would have to agree with that. Computer's still being a little laggy over here on my end. Don't know what's going on. Drone cam keeps stopping. Maybe I just need a new controller or something. I'm not positive, but it's definitely a little frustrating when electronics aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, definitely something we're gonna probably have to troubleshoot to see what if it doesn't clear up. See what we can do after the comp.
Yeah, I think it's just there it goes again. I think it's just because it's been so long since you know, I've cleaned out my computer or anything like that because of you know, just not having to do those you know, the weekly cleans on it to keep it running smoothly and quick and everything. So definitely got to clean up my downloads, my recycling bin and stuff like that. So just got to make it through to the end of the day, and should be good. Still waiting to hear back from the judges.
What a start the year off, huh?
What's up?
What a battle to start the year off.
Yeah.
Already taken this long to judge it.
Yeah, it was definitely a good battle to start the competition off. That's for sure. Judges, though, they gave it to Riley, so Riley will move on to round 2 of the. You know, he will move on to top 16. Pencil, unfortunately, will be eliminated.
Yep. Really, all probably just came down to that tire drop, you know.
Oh, I'm sure that's all it came down to. But hey, that's what happens. You know, it's especially when you're going against a guy like Riley. You know, he's a top contender here in ADL. So, really wish the drone cam would stop doing what it's doing. I don't know if I just need a new controller or what it is, but it keeps, like, my controller keeps disconnecting from my computer, and
are the connections all secure?
I mean, I think so. I probably just need to get a wired controller. That might help out a little bit.
Oh yeah, I do wired. Makes it easier.
And they're off. Yes, they are. And awesome. Awesome. All right. I have no idea what is going on right now. Hang on. Let me jump over here with them.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yo.
this ain't working. It's not working.
The drone cam?
No, it keeps shutting off. The last run, it didn't even capture anything in the last run, so I don't know what has to happen, but this is not working. Having to reset my drone cam literally mid-run. Like,
Oof.
yeah. So the two guys that just went, like, they got to go again. I didn't get it. I didn't get either run.
All right, I need you, Jamie. I need you to whoever's gonna get out and watch that replay because the drone cam ain't working.
Yeah. I
So-
watched a little bit. The one thing I did see,
I didn't-
was still on
I
live
couldn't-
stream audio too.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. It just keeps disconnecting and reconnecting, then disconnecting, then reconnecting, and I have it literally plugged into the PC, so I don't understand what's going on with it.
Okay,
But
you
it's-
need to mute the live stream.
All right. Hopefully, it will stay working, but I guess we will see. Sorry, everybody. Having major technical difficulties here today. But one of the judges just left, and he's going to go watch the replay to judge that run. So that way they can come up with a deciding an answer for their runs, because the drone cam was spazzing out for that run. So got a feeling there might be a couple of those runs today, but hopefully we can get the drone cam operating correctly. I'm thinking it might be working now. I just had to unplug everything and replug it back in. So we'll see. But again, our apologies. Well, my apologies, because it's me. It's not anybody else. But my apologies. I'm hoping that it will get better as the day goes on. The only problem is what I think is happening is the controller is also trying to connect to my Xbox, because it's an Xbox controller. So whenever my Xbox turns on, it connects to my Xbox. So not sure, but I think that's what it is. I'm going to go unplug my Xbox real quick.
That's why I always use wired. It's easy.
Well, I have it hooked up through a wired connection. Like, it's not connected through Bluetooth. I have an actual cable plugged into my, my computer, plugged into my Xbox controller. But I honestly think that's what it is anytime I'm in drone cam and it just randomly stops working, it's because it's just automatically connected to my Xbox again. So that's unfortunate for at least that run, but I think we just got it solved, or I did at least. And I'm hoping that it won't cause any more issues here. All right. Okay. Judges are still deciding. Like I said, they had to leave. One of them had to leave the server, and then go watch the replay for that run to come up with an answer because of the drone cam mishap. So again, sorry guys, apologies. It's, like I said, first comp of the year, but we'll get through it. It'll be better next time, I promise. Hopefully it'll get better as the day goes on here.
Yeah.
The drone cam hasn't seemed to, I've been moving around a little bit here and there, making sure that it's not frozen or anything. Hasn't seemed to freeze up since I unplugged it and replugged it back in. So hopefully that's fixed. That would be really ideal. But yeah, drivers are off to a good start for this season. But ADL on the one hand is off to kind of a sloppy start. But what we're going to do here is, while the judges are deciding, I'm sorry, but we're going to send this to a commercial break until the judges get done deciding. And then we'll be right back right as soon as they give us a call. And then when they come back, when we come back, hopefully all of our mechanical issues will be fixed. Sorry, guys. Apologies again. All right, guys, we are back. Sorry about that. Very quick commercial break there. But Mr. Burns, the S14, he is the one that got that round. I know you guys at home didn't get to see it, but he was in the S14, and he won that battle against NJS Reaper. Up next, we're going to have Rambo against Demoda, and then after that will be Joby against Murph Terps. And I do believe that we got the drone cam situation sorted out, so there hopefully won't be any more of those issues proceeding forward with the comp today. So let's just cross our fingers and hope at this point, realistically.
Yep. That's all we can do.
Yep. But we got Rambo in the RX-7 against Demoda and E36. Both really good-looking cars.
Both really good drivers. This will be one to watch.
Yes, this is going to be a really good battle here. All right, they're off. Rambo initiates. Maybe putting one tire on that red over the rumble strip on initiation. But being really smooth in the lead, though. Demoda keeping up with the RX-7 the best he can. The RX-7 is kind of quick around this track. But Demoda definitely second up close to him there across the line. And that is exactly what you want to see. Both really, really, really good runs from both guys.
Really was.
Yes.
Nothing really wrong there.
No.
Maybe a tire drop on that red. I'm not totally sure.
I'm not entirely sure either. It looked like he could have put maybe half a tire onto the red, which is allowed, but
yeah.
Just pointing out things as we see them. But yes, both these drivers here, they are two very, very, very good drivers here at ADL. Rambo actually winning majority of the comps last year that he competed in. Demoda, knowing that he has his work cut out for him, trying to put down the best, smoothest lead he can, and Rambo almost bumping into the rear bumper of Demoda going to the last transition, but he avoided contact, and they both crossed the line at the same time. What runs from these drivers. Demoda loves that E36, and that was one heck of a run there from both drivers. Definitely going to be really, really hard for the judges to come up with an answer for that one.
Yeah.
They might even have to leave the server again to come up with an answer. So we shall see. All we can do now is just wait for the judges to come back with us and see what they say.
Yeah. Looking at the tire marks on the red strip, it did look like he just went about like half a tire over, so I don't think that's going to really affect him. But you could tell that Demoda was getting out more to those outside zones in his lead than Rambo was.
Yeah, Demoda was definitely throwing he was throwing more angle. He was a little slower, but the RX-7 is definitely probably the hardest car in the whole pack to drive. I think it's one of the best looking cars but it is certainly one of the harder cars to drive in the pack. All of them, they do feel, way different than each other. No two cars feel the same. So if you can tame the RX-7, then it's a good car. It's a very, very quick car as well.
Oh yeah. I haven't driven it personally, but it looks fast out there. I'll tell you what.
Yes, accurate. I agree with you. Controllers and Assetto, they do not mix, no matter what you're trying to use them for. Even if it's just for a drone cam, they never want to cooperate with you for some reason. But they gave that one to Rambo, so Rambo's gonna move on. That's unfortunate for Demota.
I guess just based on proximity.
That's all I can think that it was. Whoa. All right, drone cam had a little spaz out again there, but nothing too major. We can still see the runs here. They were sending the drivers before I even had the bracket adjusted, so didn't have much time there. But hey, both drivers made it across the line, and that's all that matters.
Joby with huge tire drops through those. First on that inside clip, he dropped a tire there, and on that second outside, or that first outside, full 2 tires, half the car was off the track. So that's definitely gonna put Murph Terps at a huge advantage here.
All right, and here they go. It seems like Joby is having he's having some connection some connection problems or something, because even the drone cam was spazzing out a little bit following him. Sorry, I just got the hiccups midway through that sentence. But Murph dipped a couple tires there on that second outside zone, I'm sorry. But he still came across the line to finish. But I definitely think that the chase car, Joby, he's gonna have I'm gonna move this guy over here so I don't get hit for any reason. All right.
Definitely was a lot to take in on that run.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. What I'm thinking is the judges probably told them to go again and just clean it up. Clean up both their runs a little bit. That's exactly what's going on. They're going OMT. Judges had to have told them to, do a little bit of cleanup work there, give them something a little bit better to judge off of. And Murph sending it hard into the side of Joby's door. Not quite sure if
it looked like Joby had a huge decel right there. Either that or he lagged in place.
That's what it seemed to me as well. Seemed like Joby just slowed down a lot, way too much. There's a little bit of a slowdown there on that initiation, but not that much. There's no way Murph should have caught him that fast. So it could have been just brakes, or Joby had a lag or something along those lines. But here we go for their second run. Murph in the lead, Joby in the chase. Murph in the S14, Joby in the 180. And that S14 just sounds so good.
Oh.
And Joby looking like he dipped a tire there across the line.
Murph Terps almost lost it on that last zone. Almost getting out to that grass. He was able to save it back, but at the cost of almost entirely missing that last outside zone there.
Yeah, I would have to agree. It seems like one of the judges, he just left the server, so maybe they're going to go in and watch some stuff in the replay about the runs. Maybe there was some stuff that I missed. I know there at the end of the second run, the drone cam kind of was too focused on Murph Terps to really see what Joby was doing, but they could be going and seeing that, or maybe just seeing what the cause of the collision was on the first run, being with how much contact there actually was, because there was a That was a huge collision
Yeah.
from those drivers there. We can even go back here in the replay of the live stream and watch it ourselves, see exactly what happened. I kind of am curious myself.
Yeah. What it looked like initially was that he slowed down a lot. That was what it looked like. If it was a lag spike, if it was him possibly ripping the handbrake too hard, if it was too much brakes, it's hard to tell off of initial glance. But it's gonna be that's definitely gonna be the deciding factor for this battle here.
Yeah,
Unless during that second run, Joby had a tire drop on that last long hanger. I don't know. There's a lot of things that went wrong, and a lot of things that fault hasn't been put on. So
yes, I would agree. Judging the judges just got back to me, but I need to hop over here with them in chat and see if they're 100% positive about their decision here. So I will be right back. I'm going to have to mute the live stream for the viewers. So just give us 1 second. I just want to confirm with the judges. Yeah, it was a combination of, I think, both.
Yeah.
Just kind of like a not so I don't know how to exactly to describe it, but it was kind of a Murph being aggressive and
It's shared fault for sure.
yeah, I mean we'll
But during Jody's chase run, he did drop a lot of tire. So
yeah, well I mean they gave it to Joby for the win.
okay.
So you know, Murph was the one eliminated. But yeah, that's pretty much how the judges explained it to me was, you know, Murph was just way too inside on initiation and was
Yeah.
just, you know, kind of being way too aggressive in the chase run, you know, to allow the lead car
Yeah.
to fully initiate properly, at least. You know, I do think he was slowing down a little bit, but you know, Murph was also being quite aggressive.
Yeah.
But that just comes down to, you know, not competing or not you know, being used to the way everybody drives and everything, and everybody, you know, drives differently, initiates differently and everything. So it's unfortunate, you know, Murph was knocked out, taken out of the competition in round 1, but you know, hey, that's drifting, man.
Yep. In those situations, you got to make your call. And if the people think they didn't make a good call, you know, that's just how it is, you know. But you just gotta see it from every angle, and that's what they did. They saw it from every angle, and they're just concluded, you know, that's the way it was. So
Yeah, so I'm thinking that we missed a run here when I was talking to the judges. So we're definitely going to have to get on better terms with the judges here and everything going working the way it needs to work, because now they have to leave again to go into the Discord or go into the replay to watch the replay, because I wasn't aware that we were starting again when I was in there talking to the judges. So definitely have to do a better job here.
I didn't. Yeah. No, it looks like they're lining up to go again, or if they didn't go already. Yeah, because both drivers are lined up for the next battle.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, here we go. Cream and Ben are off. Cream initiates Ben with a little bit of a tap there, but he was able to stay on track and keep it together. Ben not able to get that proximity back after the contact on initiation with Cream. And Cream making his way across the line here. Ben spinning out right before the last outside zone.
Man.
That's unfortunate. You hate to see it. Ben put in a lot of time into this practice, and you really hate seeing guys spin out right across the line like that.
Yep.
All right, here we go for their second run of their battle. Ben against Cream. We'll see what Cream can do in the chase run. Staying a little bit far back there. Ben with a very aggressive initiation, sending it way in there. Maybe trying to get as far away from Cream as he possibly can. Cream not throwing as much angle as he could in that 370. But doing what he has to do in the chase position, I think, to secure his victory here.
Yeah, definitely. Good part on both drivers. You know, Cream, very good recovery from the initial lack of proximity. Love to see it. But you know, I think with Ben's spin out on his chase run, that's really going to knock him down. They're also going to have to see who was fully at fault for the initial contact in turn 1. It did look like that was all on Ben, but you know, maybe the judges see something that we don't.
Yep, they gave it to Cream. So I'm assuming that, you know, it is because of the spin out from Ben on, you know, the very end of the run. and just not able to make up the proximity, you know, after initiation as well. So that's unfortunate, you know, seeing how you know how much time and energy been put into the practice server for this competition today. But hey, that's the way it goes sometimes. Up next, we got a pretty good battle here. We got Jason against Lockdown, two drivers who also put in a lot of work into the practice server. So we'll see what they're able to come up with here for their runs. Jason in the BRZ and Lockdown in the Supra. Supra actually my car of choice around this track. Usually I go with the 180 or the Genesis or the Aston, but the Supra just felt so good around here. Wow, what a good initiation from both drivers. Lockdown with a little bit of a straight in there. Oh, and now he's grip racing a little bit. But Jason putting down a really good lead run here so far, doing what he has to do. Lockdown just trying to do what he can after his mistake.
Yeah, definitely. He just lost his angle, and the car was he's way too gripped up, you know? Couldn't get back into that angle. Definitely going to be a large kicker for him.
All right. Seems as though Murph was in the chat with us just now, and it seems as though Joby, my guess was accurate when I said that he was having some connection issues. Murph said that he jumped forward a good bit on his screen and then back again, and that's what caused him to be all up in him on initiation. So that's unfortunate. It just sucks that we weren't able to see it on our end. You know, we can only judge off what we can see. So very unfortunate. I hate when that happens. You know, I hate feeling like drivers are getting ripped off or whatever because of, you know, connection issues or whatever. So very sorry, man. I hate to see it happen that way.
Yeah. During that second run, it looked like Lockdown dropped a significant tire coming across to that, I believe it was the first outside zone, first or second.
Yeah, the second outside zone looked like Lockdown definitely did drop some tires there.
Jason also dropped a tire. Wasn't as significant. It was more like half a tire, but I don't know if the judges really saw that or if that's going to come into play. But we will see.
Well, the judges gave it to Jason, so he's going to move on to the top 16. Just glad we're finally seems like we're getting a hang on this here. Computer is not acting so crazy anymore. And drone cam's actually working, so that's awesome. Glad to see that. But I do see that my semaphore decided it wanted to take off somewhere. So let's just hope that I all of a sudden don't start like falling into the shadow realm sometime during this, because I don't see my semaphore anymore, which is the vehicle that I spawned in. So
it's over in the grass. Halfway in the ground. Semaphore.
Alrighty then.
Oh, no, you're over here.
Yeah, I think it's just moving around wherever it wants to move around to right now.
Yeah, you're spinning. Doing some twirls.
Yeah, something's happening. I'm just going to go ahead and reset my semaphore back to the pits and just leave it there. Because I don't want to see, be following a run and then next thing you know, I'm up in the sky somewhere. But up next we have, I don't know what's going on. Up next is...
It seems like CR Accurate hasn't shown up. So they're getting started on the next run.
Well, the... Okay.
All right. Well, this
All
is just
right,
what we're doing
here
now.
we go. Edwards against Stoner Monk here. Edwards in the S14, Stoner Monk in E36. Edwards with a really good initiation there. Stoner Monk sucking up kind of close to him. Could definitely get a little bit more proximity here, but the S14 looks like it is just pulling away from Stoner Monk's E36. Wow, Edvards with a really good lead run there. Exactly what you want to see.
Wow.
Stoner Monk looked like he was doing just about everything he could to keep up with him. But unfortunately, you know, just wasn't able to keep that proximity.
Yeah, definitely.
All right,
He's
we'll
doing everything he
see.
needed to do. Just didn't have that proximity.
We'll see what Edvards can do in the chase, and Stoner in the lead. Stoner initiates. Really smooth initiation there from Stoner Monk. Edvards sucking up real tight to him. Not allowed him any breathing room. Staying right on him. Bumping him going in that last nose clip. Falling back just a little bit. But sucking back up to him across the line here. Wow, what a run from both drivers.
Definitely.
What a run. That is exactly what we come to see. Seems as though the last battle that we were supposed to have with Bread and CR Accurate might be happening right after this one. Not quite sure what happened there, but
Yeah, it seems like CR wasn't in the server at the time, and so he's here now. But I guess they just got started with the next run, so just so we don't have any too long of waits, you know, try and get this thing moving.
yeah, just trying to keep the flow going and everything. Judges are getting back to me now about the winner, so we shall see what they say.
Okay.
Oh, they stopped messaging. Maybe they're not positive.
Maybe. I don't know what
nope.
they're...
There we go. They gave it to Edward, so he will move on. Good job, man. You go on to the top 16. Unfortunate for Stoner Monk.
Yeah, just that S14 had him beat, man. I don't know.
Yeah, he just could not. He could not get that proximity back afterwards. Looks like these drivers are lagging a good bit here. At least I was. Seems like one of them has really bad connection issues, but we'll see. We'll see how the battle goes.
Yeah.
Brett here in the S15 in the lead. CR Accurate in the chase. Oh, and Accurate just bumping him right off track.
Wow.
Too aggressive on initiation there from Accurate. That's unfortunate.
Man. Really was just digging into the side of his car there.
He was. I think that he knows Bread's track record here.
Yeah.
Bread has won like the last 5 comps or so that he's competed in. Not just here at ADL. Well, I don't think he's won any at ADL, but the other leagues that do comps. Brett is just an animal in those other leagues and wins a good bit of the ones that he enters into. And CR Accurate looked like he had kind of a really slow initiation, and then just kind of took off away from Bread there. Bread trying to do what he can to catch back up here. One of them though definitely has some really bad connection issues. Causing some lag here. I'm not positive which one it is, because I know Brett has competed here before, and I did not notice a connection issue with him last time. So maybe the judges got to go out and look at the replay and see exactly what it was that was causing it. But
I would definitely probably say it's maybe on CR just because I think it might be CR just because of the. Like that first initiation, I don't really know what to go on about that. It looked like late initiations by both drivers. Don't know who the fault would be primarily on.
Yeah, that can come down to lag too, though. It can look great on your screen, but if you're lagging on our screen, then it'll appear late. You know what I mean? So when lag comes into play like that, you can't really. You can only go based off of like contact and stuff like that, and them disappearing and reappearing and everything, which didn't really happen. You know, it kind of just looked like everything was kind of going in slow motion a little bit there. But that's very hope that doesn't happen again here. You know, I'm not quite sure exactly who it was that was you know, that has the high ping or anything, but you know, it just sucks when lag comes into play for during a competition. But you know, that's what happens when you play online and everything. That, you know, it kind of just it happens. You know, not everybody's from the same place, and wherever the server is being hosted at from. And if you're not from there, then chances are you're not going to have that good of a connection. So very unfortunate. You know, there can't be like a worldwide connection somewhere, but hey, it is what it is. Judges seem like they're still deciding on what exactly they are going to call for that run. I know that's very, very tricky, and I would really hate to be in their position.
Oh yeah, last year we couldn't stop saying that enough.
Yeah, for sure. What about let's continue a tradition here from last season, and you got any facts to say about Mugello here?
Fun facts.
Well, we're going one more time.
Okay.
So maybe they're trying to alleviate some of the
maybe, because it also looked like Brett had a tire drop in his chase as well, and really just that contact in CR's lead had a very slow and late initiation, really choked up Bread, and maybe that's just what they didn't want to see.
It could very well could have been. Looks like it's a little bit better this time. Bread with a really aggressive initiation there, and Accurate just not able to hold that same line as Bread, and Bread just pulling away from him in the S15, and Accurate cutting across track, all four tires off track, trying to gain that proximity back. Wow. Brett
doing Nissan into a lawnmower.
Brett doing everything he can in that S15 to make sure that he secures his spot in the top 16. It seems as though Accurate is warming up his tires here a little bit in the pits. Maybe that's what it was he just didn't have warm enough tires for his tune. All right, and here we go. Accurate against Bread for their second run. Accurate does have that straight line initiation that not very many drivers do have, but he is one of those ones that, you know, just initiates kind of straight, gets the angle very last second. Bread sucking it up close to him. Bread is straightening up and incompleting. Wow. So we're gonna have judges are gonna have to judge lead off lead. Unless they want to go OMT again for, you know, each driver having it incomplete. But, you know, otherwise they're going to have to judge lead for lead.
Yeah, lead for lead, I would definitely say it would have to go to Brett in that case. Just because CR did miss a couple of not fully fill as many zones as he could have. Mostly during those, the outside zones. He wasn't really all the way out there as Bread was. If it does come down to that, if they do just go one more time, it's going to be interesting to see what will come from that.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting to see what the judges call. You know, anytime you got to judge lead for lead, it's never fun because you're watching two separate runs, you know, and then you got to kind of keep a mental note of, you know, what happened in the run that you just watched, you know, which zones he missed, how wide he was, everything like that. So, fun fact, the track straight is 0.709 miles long. There we go. Jason coming through with a fact of Mugello. It's awesome. We're gonna try to continue those trends as we go on. It's gonna be interesting to see Vroom come up with some facts about tracks, you know, the ADL themselves make, because we got some fantasy tracks that are coming out this year for competitions. So going to be interesting to see what facts he comes up with for those tracks.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have my work cut out for me this year. I wasn't as prepared as I should have been this year. I totally forgot that that's a thing that I do. So
Yeah. I didn't remember until just now when I said something about it.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, they gave the win to Bread, so Bread will move on to the top 16, and that is it for our first two groups here. Group B and or C and D will be coming in. Well, C, I'm sorry, will be coming in, and then right after that will be Group D coming in, and then after that we'll be in the top 16. And I'll say it again. I'm just really happy that we kind of seem to have, the electronical issues
Yeah.
not malfunctioning anymore. So, it could have just been the fact that, haven't opened up OBS in quite some time, and it was just,
Mhm.
just being a little sluggish and everything. But we're gonna go to a quick commercial break here while we wait for the Group C to come in, and let them get, one or two laps of practice in before we send them off. But thank you guys for joining us. Before we go to break, I want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors. PDS, for being our partner, our Discord partner. They host competitions as well. Usually on our off weeks, they'll host competitions. They're kind of trying to get back in the swing of things themselves. Team BDB, Team Kumadori, ATDT. ATDT does these things called Sunday sessions, which is where, they just do hour-long sessions online on Sundays. And then Atlanta Speedworks, out of Atlanta. And then also KW Visuals. He said he wanted to sponsor our season this year, so big shout out to him as well. And we will look forward to seeing, what he's able to do for the drivers this season. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the commercial break. We'll be right back when we get all the drivers in here. All right, all right. Hello and welcome back, everybody, to the competition. We are moving on to Group C. First up in Group C is going to be C Note versus. Look like somebody knocked over your semaphore there, Vroom. But first battle is going to be C Note against Josh Oxley. C Note in the Genesis, very, very, very loud car. Just listen to this thing, Cam. Or Loeb, not Cam, I'm sorry. It's just beautiful, beautiful sound. Also going to be another interesting battle here. Josh not having a great ping as well, so going to be interesting to see. Genesis is so loud I can barely hear myself talk. Both of these cars are really loud. Wow. Cena putting on a really solid lead run here. Josh cut a little bit of the track. Oh, rotate a little bit. And then Cena dropping a couple tires over the rumble strip. Wow, that was an exciting run. I could barely hear anything the whole time they were going because these cars are so loud.
Man, oh man. Yeah, definitely. Definitely interesting for sure. Josh with this high ping, it's never really stopped him before. He's never really had huge issues.
Yeah, he's like he's like right on the clasp of too much ping and pretty decent ping. Seems like when he's not moving, he has good ping or decent ping. When he's moving, he has high ping. But here we go. Josh initiates in the C7. C-Note right on his door in that Genesis, bumper to bumper on transition. Following his every move, give a little bump there, almost on him off track. Wow, C-Note right on him. He said, I don't care if you have high ping or not, I'm going to stick it to your door. And that is exactly what he did across the whole track. Wow, what a run from C-Note in that Genesis. But also great lead run there from Josh and that C7.
Absolutely. That's gonna be a hard one.
That is gonna be a very hard one to judge.
There's quite a good bit of tire drops towards the end of that battle, the first battle. So they're gonna have to look at that and see if anyone was really at fault, because there was a lot of contact between drivers. But it's gonna be interesting.
It's not going to be the easiest decision, that's for sure. I know that when I was judging back in my days when I was judging, I always hated runs like that. I would much rather have a run where, just one driver incompletes and the next one is just, make it easy on myself. Granted, I didn't never wish that upon any drivers, but just to make it go by smoother, because I always feel like I hate robbing drivers and everything of bad call and everything, and that's not a fun job being a judge, especially for runs like that where they're just so close. Granted, Josh over rotating a little bit there across the line might have made it a little bit easier for the judging, but still, runs like those are just the worst to judge. You love seeing those runs, but judging them is just, it's awful.
Oh, yeah, definitely. What looked like happened in that first run, I was watching it back over. Josh had a tire drop in that third inside zone, inside clip. But then right after, C-Note dropped a tire coming into that third outside zone. And then that's when Josh over-rotated. Then in the second battle, it is C-Note that got into Josh on the first outside zone and pushed him a tire off. And so it's going to be a lot of tire drops, a lot of mistakes, but overall great runs. And it's going to be difficult to judge it.
It's going to be very difficult to judge it. Like I said, really hate to be in the judges' spots right now. This track, though, I just want to say this track is very well made. I mean, all the detail in the road is just incredible. Kunos really did a great job with this track. I know ESDA redid it, for a comp layout, but Kunos did a great job with this track, and it just looks really, really, really good.
I feel like nobody gives Kunos enough props for what they've really done with this game. It's really turned into a bunch of mod culture with this game, and that's really what brings the appeal to Assetto. But the stuff that they did for this game is just it's amazing.
Yes, I will say that Kunos, big shout to Kunos. Can't wait for Assetto Corsa 2 to come out next year in 2024. At least that's when they're anticipating it to be done. Definitely can't wait for Assetto Corsa 2 to come out. But yes, Kunos did a great job with this game, allowing people to come in here and pretty much do whatever they want to do with the game, giving them no limits, other than certain like horsepower restrictions, stuff like that, where the game will like start to break at that point. You get having your car have too much horsepower, but yeah, I mean they've made one of the few games that people still play today. I mean, not very many games that came out in 2013. Oh, they're going OMT. Not too many games that came out in 2013 people still play religiously, much less work into making it better and stuff. So good, big shout out. And then also all the modders, big shout out to all the modders. I know I make tracks and stuff myself. We got a few guys that make cars and everything, but the modders definitely 100% kept this game alive. So big shout out to them. And can't wait to see what is to come in the future. But here we go for their OMT. C-Note initiates. Lots of angle initiation. Putting them front tires on that rumble strip, though. That is a huge no-no. So we will see what the judges say about that. Josh looked like he got a little bit straight there on that last transition. But sticking with him. Wow, both these cars so loud. I would love to hear these cars in real life if they were real life cars, but both these cars just so loud, sound so good.
Yeah. Almost throws a deafening effect over the entire thing. All you hear is the cars.
Yes, that is very true. You almost like, do I even commentate right now? Because nobody's going to be able to hear me. All right, here we go. Josh in the lead this time. C-Note in the chase. Let's see if C-Note can keep it to his door like he did last time. Oh, C-Note would look like a little bit of a straight in there after that first transition. But sucking it back up close to him. Give him a little bit of bump there. Send him a little bit wide. Give him another little tap there right across the line. Maybe that was just like a good run tap, good battles, GG's. All of that jazz.
Man, oh man. Do the judges have their work cut out for them today?
Yeah, they definitely didn't make it any easier, that's for sure. One thing I will say is C-Note, he put tires on these rumble strips right here, on this first inside clip, which is that's a big no-no. As far as the judging is concerned, you don't want to put tires there. So be interesting to see how they call that one. He wasn't fully over the rumble strip or on it or anything like that, but he definitely had at least half of both his front tires on that rumble strip. So gonna be interesting to see what the judges call there. Regardless of how good his chase run was, but Josh doing everything he had to in his runs as well. Crossing all his T's and dotting all his I's there, making sure that putting that car exactly where it needed to be. The Genesis just sitting here trying to start. it'll just keep trying to turn the key until you push the clutch in and actually start the car. And a little bit of a engine in there in the C7. Not a bad looking pack for our first ever pro pack. I don't think.
Absolutely not.
And then our boy Pepe Le Pew here running the light is responsible for all the liveries. He knocked it out of the park with these liveries. They look amazing. Every single one of them are incredible. They're all real life FD replica liveries. So just incredible. Group of really incredible looking group of cars is what I meant to say. All of them, all the liveries look so good. And then we also have some Atlanta Speedwork liveries on a few of them as well from one of our sponsors. We got one on the E36, the Aston, the GT86, and the S15. But yeah, these cars look so good. I think they feel really, really good. Very well suited for this track as well. Although we're probably got to spice it up next round with the pro cars, because next competition we will be going back to the street cars. But probably got to spice it up next round and make it a little bit of a harder track for these drivers with these cars. But we shall see. It might be a secret track that we're working on right now behind the scenes that we run with these cars next. We're still waiting for the judges to get back with us, so they must be really trying to make sure that they're giving the right call here, which you know they always do, you know, but you know, they're in the same position we are in, where they don't want to rob anybody of a victory or anything like that, or anything of the sort. So really doing their due diligence today. There was also lots and lots of practice put on this track by these drivers. But, you know, that all goes out the window on comp day anyway, you know, when your nerves are kicking in, you know, especially being the first one of the season.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
You can practice as much as you want to, but when the day comes for the comp, it all changes.
Yep, that's for certain. Especially with these cars too. You know, not a lot of release these cars about like what, a week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they didn't come out that long ago. It was about 2 weeks ago they came out. A little less than 2 weeks ago they came out, and you know, they didn't have much time to get used to them or anything like that. But hey, I think they're doing a great job so far with them. So oh, they're going OMT again. Wow. All right. Hey, I'm all about it. Let's do it.
I'm not against it at all. I mean, I'm happily excited for this one.
Yeah, they've had 2 runs with each other. They know how each other drive now. So let's see what happens here. Josh flashing his lights, letting him know that he is ready to go. And here we go. Both drivers are off against C-Note in the lead in the Genesis. Josh in the chase in the C7. And Josh sucking up tight there after that first nose clip. Both drivers transitioning bumper to bumper at the same time. And Josh keeping it close to him. Woo! Getting really close. Didn't even bump him, though. But just let him know that he's there. Give him a slight little bump there. Wow, what a run. What a run. The judges... They're not. It's just going to get harder and harder to judge as the time goes on. So I mean, they need to come up with an answer fast.
Josh giving C-Note a little bit of a bump to throw him offline made him push his tires off the track. So that's going to be put into the decision here. But man, are these 2 drivers hot right now?
Yeah, they are. They are absolutely killing it. Let's see what C-Note can do. C-Note, he's going to have to really stick it close to Josh all the way around the track this time around. Falling back a little bit right there, C-Note does. But he gets right back up on him. He doesn't want to let Josh anywhere out of his sights. Wow.
Wow.
Great runs from both these drivers. I could honestly see either one of these drivers winning it. I will say C-Note definitely fell back slightly further back than Josh did in his chase run. But either way, great display of talent there from both of these drivers.
Yeah, I think you're right that C-Note didn't really have the proximity that Josh did. But just the contact from Josh forcing C-Note off the track, I think that's what's going to come down and bite him on this one.
We'll have to see what the judges say. It's definitely, there's a couple things I've seen, you know, if I was a judge. I try not to give my answers, you know, how I would judge it, because I don't want the judges to go off just what I say. So, you know, it'll definitely be interesting to see what they come up with, but there was a few things that I noticed as well. You know, little bumps here and there. It's really mainly about it, just a couple bumps here and there, but still going to be interesting to see what the judges say. But either way, I think it could go to either driver.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is the decision run right here.
Yeah, they can't go OMT again, so gonna make it even harder for the judges, to come up with an answer this time. And they gave it to C Note, so C Note will take the victory of that battle. And
Seems
wow,
like it must have went down to that contact, just the tiniest little bump, send them offline and ruin your chase.
I definitely didn't think that we would see back-to-back OMTs here today. So
Absolutely.
very interesting to see here. They're gonna have to wait a second. And they're not. All right, here we go again. They're gonna have to leave to go judge that one as well, because they keep sending them before I can even adjust the bracket. I literally type the message and then they're sending the drivers. I don't even have time to put in the bracket who's winning. So they're gonna have to leave to check that replay after this run here. It is SR20 Kid against Curry Driver. SR20 Kid in the S14. Curry Driver in the A80 Supra. Both drivers seeming to incomplete there on that nose clip. Both of them putting 2 tires on that rumble strip, which is a big no-no. And then Curry Driver just smashing into the side of his door there. Very unfortunate.
Wow, that one was all over the place a little bit right there. Man, oh man.
All right, one of them drivers definitely has a high ping.
Yeah.
Makes
It might be
everything when
Curry.
it is Curry. Every time I try to follow somebody with a high ping, it just makes everything on my end spaz out. So it's
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. I didn't really get much of the first run in because the computer was just lagging so hard trying to follow Curry. But maybe they've seen enough to where they have an answer.
Yeah.
I do know all the judges are in here themselves in drone cam as well, so they're able to see a bunch of stuff, even if I miss it myself.
Yeah.
So maybe they have an answer. Looks like they're both coming back to the line here. So I'm assuming it's going to be an OMT. It's usually what both drivers come back to the line for. All right. All right, that's what it is. That's an OMT. Curry Driver in the lead in the Supra, the A80 Supra, an SR20 Kid in the chase, and the S14. Curry with a kind of a funky initiation there. Not quite getting as wide as he could, not having as much angle as he possibly could. Just leaving SR20 behind. But he maintained the drift the whole time, and that's really all the words we're looking for. You want to have as much style and angle as possible. But I didn't see an incomplete in his run anywhere, so gonna be a weird one to call, that's for sure.
Yep, definitely.
All right, and here we go. SR20 Kid in the lead this time. Curry in the chase. SR20 Kid with a big flick in that S14 on initiation. Curry Driver trying to make that proximity back up. Looking like he's going off track there a little bit. Gonna lose even more of that proximity, and SR20 Kid doing everything he can. Putting down a spectacular lead run there from SR20 Kid. Very, very, very good lead run. And that beautiful S14. The sun angle makes it kind of a little hard to see it, but really good looking livery on this car. Probably one of my favorite liveries in the whole pack.
My favorite has to go to the neon yellow S15.
Yeah, that one does look really good too.
Mostly because I'm a little bit of an Alan Hines guy, and so
Yeah, that is a really good looking S15 there.
oh yeah.
All right, it seems as though they came to a conclusion of who the winner was, but I haven't. Okay, and it's going to SR20 Kid. So SR20 Kid takes the win for last round. So he's going to move on to the top 16. Now we got Siwalek against Daryl. Both these cars kind of a little quieter than the rest of the pack. Kind of hard to hear them over the rest of the cars. But here we go. Siwalek in the E36, Daryl in the S15. Let's see what these drivers can do here. Siwalek usually a Supra guy. Usually he always competes in a Supra. This is the first time I've seen him compete in anything other than a Supra. But hey, he looks like he did a really good job there in that E36. Put the car everywhere it needed to be along the track, and that is exactly what we're looking for.
Yep. Nothing wrong with either run there.
No, Daryl also, he did a really good job of the chase. Could have been a little bit closer the whole run, but other than that, all gravy. All right, here we go. Let's see what Siwalek can do in the chase, and Daryl in the lead. All right. Daryl with a smooth initiation. Siwalek falling back just a little bit. See if he can get that proximity back. Daryl going all the way out to the edge of that rumble strip there.
Oh!
Siwalek sucking up tight. Daryl not quite getting out as wide as he could have there.
Yeah. Looked like he was losing quite a bit of speed coming out of that inside clip. It was just slowing him down, making it almost impossible to get out to that outside zone, really putting Siwalek in a bind there. But they're able to keep going.
They were. And here we got both drivers here, Daryl and Siwalek. S15 with the combat eye. Very good looking car. And now we just gotta wait for the judges to get back with us.
Yeah.
Flashing their headlights at each other and everything.
And you know something we
Saying
haven't had in a
GGs.
while? We have
What's
a podium here.
We have a podium.
We have
Is that
a
what-
podium.
Where is the podium at?
If you go a little bit past on the straightaway, you'll see like a big little sign. It's supposed to be a podium.
Oh, I see. Here, right here at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We haven't had one of those since Ukibuki last year.
Yeah, that is very, very true. So maybe we can get the drivers to line up there to get a picture at the end of the round. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Get a first, second, and third place. The judges are writing to me now about who the winner is of that battle. And they gave it to Siwalek in the E36. So he's going to move on to top 16. And Daryl will be eliminated.
All right.
All right. Up next we have Jimmy Calavano against Dirty Dan. And then after that will be Group D with Ronnie Slides, and Mark Slides, Latham, Hydra, Terran, Mally, and Space and Cristiano.
Yeah, nice. We got to battle the Slidey boys.
Yeah. And up first we got Dirty Dan against Jimmy in the S15, and Dan and the RX-7. We'll see what these boys can do. Oh, and Jimmy really aggressive on initiation there. Dan looking like he's kind of having some... His car was glitching a little bit there. Not throwing quite a lot of angle. Wow. All right. That was an interesting
Yeah.
run, to say the least there.
Yeah, a lot happening in that first initiation.
Yeah.
It
Very,
seems like
very
Jimmy
interesting
couldn't
run.
yeah, it seems like Jimmy just couldn't get to angle in time, and so he had a lot of speed coming in, and that all that speed just went right into the side of Dirty Dan.
All right. Well, we'll see what they can do for their second run here. Jimmy in the lead, and Dirty Dan in the chase. Jimmy with a huge flick on initiation, hitting that nose clip almost to perfection. Hitting that nose clip really, really well is also, but dipping a tire there. And Dan getting right up on his door, not allowing him to transition, but Jimmy keeping it together, somehow able to find his way back on the track after that contact and finishing his run. Wow.
And oh man.
All right. That was a gritty battle there between these two drivers.
Oh yeah. Definitely had some grudge match vibes behind that one.
Oh, there was there was something in that one, but yeah, that was very, very interesting.
Yeah,
I expect- Go ahead.
a lot of tire drops from Jimmy. I think that's what's going to come and bite him. But man, seems to be a reoccurring issue for a lot of these drivers. You know, there's not really.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I was expecting to see a lot more runs such as that one today, just because it is a new pack, and the cars they have their very own set of physics where they don't really drive like any other pack in the game, and I just figured it takes some getting used to by all the drivers. So I'm really surprised we didn't see more runs such as that, so far today at least. All the drivers seem to be faring pretty well with the pack so far, which is amazing to see. I absolutely love it. But here we go. They're going for an OMT. Dirty Dan in the lead in that RX-7, and Jimmy in the S15 in the chase. Let's see if Jimmy can stay back just a little bit. Dan hitting the cone, and it's going to be a restart.
Man.
I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat and the live stream that's still here with us. It's awesome of you guys to stick around and watch the competition today. We're not quite like VDC, but hey, one day we'll get there.
We're going to get there.
Yeah, we're working on getting an overlay up over the stream so that way you can see who's in the lead, who's in the chase. Getting a bracket up there as well so you can see the full bracket list and everything. Was going to have it this competition, just didn't quite have enough time to set it up, unfortunately. And then Dan looking like he might have had a small over-rotation there. It was kind of a little hard to see in live time, so maybe one of the judges will have to, go back and watch that and see exactly what happened there in the replay. But
he was throwing a lot of angle, almost got directly parallel with that turn.
Yeah, he was at complete max angle there on that nose clip. So all right, here we go for their second run. Jimmy, same way as before, huge flick on initiation, and Dan going off track, trying to stay behind him. Like we said, that RX-7 is really gripped up around this track here. And just looking like Dan just having kind of a rough time with it, unfortunately. But Jimmy finding his way to the finish line there in his S15. Overall, pretty solid run there from Jimmy.
Yeah, definitely nothing really wrong with that. But definitely a lot going on with that RX-7. Looks like he just couldn't get it dialed in where he needed it to be.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, when you put in a bunch of time into a car for competition day and you just come out and can't get the car to do what you were doing with it all week in practice. It's just it's unfortunate. It really does suck, but it does happen. I mean, you can dial in your tune, perfectly all week, and all of a sudden come comp day, you're like, man, this feels so strange. I don't know what's going on. And, you know, it happens. That's why I try not to take my tune too far away from how they come, you know, out of the box. You know, that way if I forget to load my tune or anything like that, then, you know, I'm still kind of close to where I would be.
You're in the ballpark.
Yeah, so some cars do need a little bit more work than the others, and that RX-7 is definitely one of them. We're gonna get the final group in here of the top 32 of the round one. Top 32, I guess, even though there was no qualification or anything. We're going to go ahead and get the last group in here, get them sent off, and then we will be in the top 16. And then after that, it should move on fairly quickly once we get in the top 16. So we're going to let these drivers come in here, get in some practice runs. We will not take a commercial break here. We'll actually follow along with these drivers here and see what they do in their practice runs. We got Latham here and the A80 Supra putting down a pretty fire run here, solo run by himself. Oh, I jinxed him. We got Malley here in the E36. Let's see what he can do in the Atlanta Speedworks livery. Pretty good run there from Malley. Cristiano and the Aston. The Heart of Racing, inspired from Darren Kelly. Probably one of my more favorite cars in the pack here.
No, definitely it's unique. That's for sure.
And it sounds so good too.
Oh yeah. You know me, I'm all for those unique cars.
Yes, I love seeing cars in packs that you wouldn't normally see in car packs.
Yep. That's why that Evo was my number one child for the longest time last year. the one comp I ran.
We got Mark Slides here, also in the Aston, in the Atlanta Speedworks livery, one of our sponsors. Doing a really good job there. Alright, and we got the C7 here. The green one, not the blue one. This round looks like it's full of a bunch of pretty good drivers here. This group, I'm sorry. Got Hydra here in the E36. Really happy to see him competing again. One of the drivers that put in hours and hours and hours of practice on this track. So we'll see how he's able to compete today. Wishing him the best. Hope he does really, really good. It's my buddy. Oh, we got the first BRZ. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Second BRZ of the day. Ronnie Slides in that BRZ. Alright, we should just about be getting through with practice here. See if I can't get the whole track here on camera. Oh, look at that, it fits. Alright, so we'll sit right here while we wait for the drivers to, or the judges to get ready for the final group of the top 32.
Ooh.
Take a sip of my Depth Perception IPA here, Imperial IPA.
Ooh.
We're not sponsored, by the way, Terrapin. So if you would like to sponsor us, well, we're sponsored, just not legitimately. Oh, speaking of which, also Dubby Energy. If you guys would like to try some Dubby, then make sure you use the affiliate link Assetto Drift League. You can use the link in the Discord. It is a powder that you put into really whatever you want to put it in. You know, put it in water preferably, but nothing's stopping you from putting it in any other liquid that you would like to choose to do so. But it's essentially just jitterless energy. You know, kind of like 5-hour energy, all that stuff, but it comes in tubs of powder for you to put as much as you want to in. And I believe, am I correct by saying that it's 0 calorie, Vroom?
I think you would be correct.
Don't quote me on it.
Don't quote me on it.
It may be 0 calorie, but it also might not be. So, you know, don't shoot me if it's not. So, but yeah, if you would like to go try it out, like I said, find the affiliate link in the Assetto Drift League Discord, and use the code Assetto Drift League to get 25% off your. I think, is it 25%?
It is 10%.
10% to get 10% off your first order. My bad. I will not pay for your extra 15% off myself. so it is 10%.
Yeah, you would be right on the 0 calorie.
Awesome. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
All right, I need to do my homework on that a little bit. The drivers should be just about finishing up their practice here. We get them sent off for Group D here. The first up in Group D is going to be Ronnie Slides against Mark Slides. I'm just waiting for the judges here to...
Or even if you don't want all the energy, they do have a caffeine-free option. They have their hydration mixes. And also, they have a lot of merch if you want to rep the brand. And also, you can try their brand new flavor, Blue Raspberry.
There you go. Try it out. You guys go give them a try. If you are like me and, you know, love energy drinks, I, for one, am a Rockstar fanatic. So I kind of need to lay off of them a little bit. But, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you can't do without your caffeine.
Yep. Great flavor and even better feeling.
Yeah, I mean, there is times where I get headaches when I don't have Rockstars, so it's probably a problem at this point by now, but but hey, we're just going with it. So
go with the flow.
Yeah, I'm praying for that meteor to come before the Rockstars take me out, so all right. I wonder why they're getting so many practice runs in here. Are the judges taking a little short break here or something, allowing these guys to get some more practice, or what?
Yeah,
All
been
the-
going at it.
All the judges are still in the judges chat, so that's the only thing I can think of is one of them had to go run to the restroom or something really fast. So the drivers are, you know, just utilizing all the time that they have. Okay, yes, one of them just messaged me and said that's exactly what's happening. One of them had to go use the restroom real quick. So once he comes back, we will be getting this started again. Let's follow this big group here. Let's see what happens. See if they can clean up a train here. Hydra and then lead Latham, then Terran, and then Ronnie Slides. See what they can do. Also, I would like to do a three-man train at the end of the comp for first, second, and third place. If we can coordinate that, I want to actually go tell the judges that myself. Let me hop over and chat with them. I'll tell them whenever we get done with this round here. All right. DJ, we hate that you missed the comp too, man. We wish you were here, brother. Sucks that you're sick, Jimmy. But hey, you're doing some pretty decent driving today, man. All right. So, Group D will be going now. The last 8 of the top 32.
All right.
And like I said, up first is going to be Ronnie Slides against Mark Slides. Ronnie Slides making his way to the line here. Both of these drivers really, really, really good. Going to be a very good battle here. Also would like to show off the Assetto Drift League gear here. The helmets, the driver suits. All of them are modeled after each car. All of them are unique to the liveries as well. So here we go though. Ronnie Slides in the BRZ and Mark Slides in the Aston right behind. In case you can't see for yourself, Mark Slides on Twitch. Go follow him for some content. I'm sure it's going to be Assetto Corsa content. That's what you're all here for. So go follow the man. Mark Slides, though, sticking right with Ronnie all the way around the track, sucking up tight across the line. Love it. Very good runs from both drivers there.
Ronnie Slides, our Daytona champion last year to end the season off.
Yes,
So I'm hoping
actually,
he can-
good call. Was the very last winner of the season
Yep.
last season. So
Figure he'd be hoping to start this season off on the same note.
we'll see if he can or not. He definitely is against a good opponent right here. Mark Slides. He is a very smooth driver, also very fast in that Aston. When that thing does shallow up just a little bit, it is a rocket. And here he goes. He's going to pull away from Ronnie now as Ronnie over-rotates slightly and just will not be able to catch back up to Mark. Unfortunate. A little bit too much left foot brake there from Ronnie on his end.
Yeah.
And just that little mistake made him fall back, 5 or 6 car lengths from behind Mark. So that Aston, like I said, when it shallows up right after each transition, it is a monster. It is quick, and you will struggle to catch back up to it.
It just rips up and it rips through.
Yeah, I'm speaking from experience. So I was personally chasing Mark in the Supra the other night, and he has that thing gripped up. I mean, really, really gripped up.
Yeah.
It could have been DJ, but you're not here. All right, so they gave it to Mark Slides. He's going to take it. Up next, we got Latham against Hydra. Latham in the Supra, Hydra in the E36. Both these drivers put in loads and loads of practice. We'll see what they do. Man, I keep getting the hiccups. All right, so far so good. Latham putting on a really smooth lead run here. Hydra trying to maintain that proximity. Keeps falling back after each transition, though. Hydra taking the rumble strip and trying to catch up here to Latham across the line. Overall, not a terrible run from either driver. Latham was very smooth in that lead the whole way around. We'll see how Hydra does.
A little bit off on proximity, not too much, but if Latham can keep it on his door, he's going to be in for some trouble.
All right, let's see. Latham's got people cheering him on in the chat here. We'll see what he's able to do here. Latham winning the first ever official competition here at ADL. I rode Atlanta in the ATDT cars, actually. Latham completely cutting that clip to get up on Hydra's door. Just right there, door to door with him, as the camera angle went really low for some reason. But he was door to door there with Hydra across that, through most of that last zone, or not zone, corner. But yeah, I mean, great runs from both drivers.
Oh yeah, definitely. All the drivers putting on quite a show for our first comp of the year.
Mark Slides took the victory for the last battle. I wasn't sure if I announced it or not, but he did. Waiting to hear back from the judges for this battle. they're probably deliberating a good bit to find out exactly who the winner was.
A very close-knit battle. See Latham getting a little bit, trying to get a little bit ahead of Hydra on that third outside zone. That may come into effect. I'm not sure exactly what happened throughout there, but gonna be interesting to see how they judge this one.
It is. Give the viewers here a look down the line of our cars here right now. Bunch of E36s in here.
I think a lot of people were excited for the release of the E36. We got a lot of guys in here that those are always their go-to car in any pack.
It was. I do know that a lot of people were excited about the E36. There's the Atlanta Speedworks livery done by a Large Pencil, one of our members here. Very good looking livery. The Aston, Supra, and then the 370. 370 livery also looks very, very good. Judges still deliberating on a call here. I didn't see any of them leave, so I don't think that they are having to watch all the different angles or anything like that, but
Yeah.
maybe just watching the replay back a few times to see exactly who to give the victory to. I know that the camera angle did get a little funky there towards the end of the run. Unfortunate for them.
Yeah. Yeah, really, I don't know. Could go either way here. Could go one more time. Could go to either driver. Just depends on the tiny stuff that the judges can see.
SR20 kid, I would ask Lester that question. I personally don't have an issue with it. If you want to use a different car for your next battle, you're more than welcome to, in my eyes. But Lester is kind of like the one to ask about that. So I would ask him, and see what he says. I know which car you're going to pick, though, if you are able to change cars. SR20 kid is wanting to get in that Genesis, is what it is. Oh, angling the camera here a little bit. He said that Mugello is mainly used as a MotoGP circuit, which is true. I forgot all about that. But we're going one more time, according to the judges. So we got Latham against Hydra again. Latham in the A80 and Hydra in the E36. We'll see what these boys are able to pull together for their OMT battle.
You know, judges
All
hoping
right.
they make their lives a little bit easier for this one.
All right, here we go. They are off. Latham in the lead, Hydra in the chase. Oh, Hydra right on him on initiation, right on his bumper, having to hit the brakes a little bit, it looked like, to avoid from making contact with him. But Hydra getting that proximity back. Latham still staying really smooth in that lead run. And Hydra bringing in that proximity, trying to get as close as he can across this line. Not a terrible run from either driver there.
No. Definitely a little bit of wobbling from Hydra. Just trying to keep that angle with just trying to keep that angle with that proximity. But overall, not too bad.
No, not bad at all from either driver there. Flames shooting out of that hood exit of the E36 as he launches from the line. Hydra in the E36, Latham in the A80. Oh, and Latham with a huge straighten, hitting the brakes a little too hard, trying to back away, and just absolutely obliterated the rear quarter panel of that E36.
Man.
Wow,
Yeah.
and Latham, I don't know if he threw it away because he has to go or if he just made a huge mistake, but he knows
Man.
that he
Yeah.
left immediately and he knows that he is out. That is super unfortunate. Really hate to see it. Wow.
Just looked like both drivers were running totally different lines there. Hydra keeping it on the inside, on the exit, on the inside corner like you want to do, but Latham he was slinging it out a little bit wide. He was coming in shallow to the turn, and just it's really hard to not have to power through that. You know, that car's it's probably got that car very grippy.
Oh,
And
the
so-
A80, the A80, just like Accurate said in chat, the A80 is very grippy. I mean, as it is, you know, it's one of those cars where you can get like 3/4 of the way off throttle, but if you go any slower or any lower than, you know, about 3/4, you know, it's maybe 60%, you know, on throttle, then you know, the car is just gonna, for the most part, straighten up on you, just like it just did there. You know, and it's also very brake sensitive too. You know, if you hit the brakes a little bit too hard, you know, immediately you straighten up in that car. So it's definitely it's a tricky one to drive, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. With the line he was running, all those could have come into effect.
Yes. All right, but here we go. We got Terran against Mally. Terran in the C7 going way wide on initiation there. It looked. Mally falling back a little bit, but Terran in the C7 seemingly putting down a pretty decent lead run here. I'd really have to look back at the initiation, but the rest of the run was pretty minty, but it did look like he went a little bit wide on initiation there, unfortunately.
Yeah, he also looked like he closed down past that blue line coming into Molly's area, which kind of choked him up, made him a little bit uncertain coming into initiation, had him fall really far back. But I don't know. A lot going on in that first half.
Yes, there was a lot to unpack in that first battle there for sure. As we wait for the judges to reset the light here for these drivers. Mally in the lead in the E36, Terran in the C7, and we are off. Mally initiating just like Accurate did in the 180. Mally, though, putting down a really solid lead run here. Really smooth so far. Just kind of pulling away from Terran a little bit there. Terran getting a little bit of that proximity back on him. Wow.
Much. Terran looked like Molly didn't throw as much angle as he probably wanted in that second outside zone, kind of choked him up a bit. And it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Judges are going to have a little bit of work on their hands.
Oh, Latham said his
So
VR
it looks like they already came up with a decision.
Latham's VR went black, and that's what was the cause of it. Dang.
Oh, man.
That sucks. All right, and it looks like they gave the win to Terran. And up next is going to be Spaceman against Cristiano. Spaceman in the 370, Cristiano in the Aston. A little bit of a contact there right before initiation.
Cristiano peeking. He was peeking into that lead driver zone a little bit.
Space, though, putting on a really good lead run here, even after contact was made. Look at the back. Listen to the backfire on that 370 when he lets off throttle.
Yeah, Cristiano feeding into a little bit of that zone where the lead driver needs to initiate and just get a little bit of contact, jogging Space a little bit loose.
All right. Woo, Space right on his rear panel on initiation. Cut a little bit of the track there to get the proximity back. Okay to do in the chaser. Oh, but not okay to do in the lead. And Space passing him, saying, if you're going to mess up, I'm going to go around you, which is exactly what he just did.
Yep.
Wow. Spaceman really, really doing his due diligence there on that run. doing
Yeah.
everything he can. Really good run there from Spaceman. Cristiano looking like he might have just, was having some issues
Yeah.
with his car there on the second run, which is unfortunate.
Maybe just doesn't have the car fully dialed in, or maybe he's just having some other issues. But it looks like he wasn't all there.
Yeah, they'll I think as time goes on, the more drivers will get more used to the cars and everything, and the comps will just end up being that much better. Especially the next comp with the street, being back on the street cars, it's gonna be doors galore for sure. So
A new updated pack.
yeah,
New
so
looks to the cars.
yeah, some of the cars got body kits on them. They all got strobes and everything. So gonna be pretty, good for the stream. Gonna make, a bunch of good looking cars in there and everything. But we are now in the top 16, so we only have two groups now, Group A and Group B. And Group A is gonna be making their way in here to get their battles underway. And then right after that, Group B will be joining in, and then round 3 will just be Group A all the way to the finish. But we're going to go ahead and send this to a quick commercial break while the group gets in here. And when they get in here and we're ready to send them off, we'll be right back with you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to us, or tuning into the live stream. And, we thank you, and we'll be right back. welcome back to the live stream, guys. We are going to get the top 16 underway right now. Up first, we are going to have Riley against Mr. Burns. Two actually IRL friends are going to be first to compete in this battle, or in this round. So going to be very interesting. I know they drive with each other a lot, so definitely going to be a good battle.
All right.
Riley in the in the RX-7 and Mr. Burns, or drifting with Mitch, in the S14. All right, Riley initiates. Mr. Burns right behind him. Riley a little wide there. Mitch sticking really close with him. Wow, Mr. Burns not giving him any breathing room at all. Wow.
Ooh, wow.
Great run from both drivers. I wonder why
Little
my
tiny
audio
bit.
is so quiet.
A little bit of a tire dip from Mitch there on that last turn, just putting too much power in it, but it was just about half a tire. I don't think that may come into play too much, but we'll just have to wait and see.
I agree. All right, here we go for the second run of their battle. Riley initiating just the same as Mitch did, right on his door. Wow. Both these drivers are just so good. Mr. Burns with a really clean lead run there. Riley with a really clean chase. Awesome driving by both
Wow.
drivers.
Amazing driving.
Incredible. I want to know why the audio is so quiet.
I'm not sure if
There we go.
proximity
Maybe
seemed a
that'll-
little bit less in that first half compared to
Yeah.
Mr. Burns's chase. But that slight tire drop from Mitch may come back to get him, but I do not know. I cannot. Well, I don't have a good standpoint on this one.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, I think I know who might have taken it, just because of one small mistake. But we'll see what the driver or what the judges say. But either way, both drivers did excuse me. Both drivers did exactly what they needed to do. Put down
Yep.
really great runs. So
Two very good drivers.
absolutely, really, really, really good drivers. Liveries on these RX-7s look so good.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, are we? Oh, I thought we were going OMT. Oh, Riley was just pulling up next to Mr. Burns here. Well, the driver's hitting their horn.
Love to see a good friendship between drivers.
Yes, they like I said, they drive together all the time, and I do believe they're friends in real life. So
Yeah.
just awesome to see them competing in the same competition here. Bard's doing a little bit of a burnout here.
I know me and SR20, we have a pretty good relationship. Us drifting together and hanging out a lot. But when it comes to comp day, stuff's getting real.
Yes, absolutely. You have no friends when it comes down to the comp.
Yeah.
Riley gonna do a little bit of a burnout here for us, a little bit of a donut. Kind of hard to do on this track, especially with these cars. So much power, so little space. Causing absolute mayhem over here in the pits.
A little bit fun.
Man, judges are really taking their time on this call. Could honestly go either way, to be completely honest.
Both drivers putting down really great runs. Riley might have had a tire drop coming around that third inside clip on his chase run. But, man, I more see this going one more time with how long they're taking. But
They ended up giving it to Riley, so Riley's gonna move on.
all right,
He's going
I guess
to
it was that tire
advance.
drop.
Yeah, I thought that he might have touched the rumble strip on the very last nose clip, but it was also really hard to see. So you know, I'm assuming that he didn't. So, but either way, great runs by both drivers. Maybe there was a tire drop from Mitch that, you know, we didn't see ourselves. But either way, great runs from both drivers. Here we got Rambo against Joby. Rambo in the RX-7. Joby in the 180.
180.
I don't understand why, because it's a really good car for this track.
Yeah.
Really, really good car for this track. Right, Rambo initiates. Really aggressive initiation from Rambo and the RX-7. Joby gonna have his work cut out, catching him back up here. Suck it up real close and then falling back again. Rambo really smooth in the lead run there.
Joby not too bad from what we're seeing in his first run. So maybe he's got the car a little dialed in, maybe he's a little more confident, but seems he's running a little bit better, but he's gonna have to prove something in this lead run right here if he wants to keep going on.
Yeah, maybe he is utilizing that practice server. You know, like we told the drivers that, you know, like we advised them to do. You know, stay fresh, stay warm. Go put in as many laps as you can while you wait on your turn. And seems as though that's what he was possibly doing there. Going a little wide right there, using every inch of that track. But Rambo catching him back up here. Rambo gonna suck it up real tight. Oh, fall back just a little bit there. Little wobble from both drivers, but overall, really solid run from both guys there. Really, really good runs. Really good runs from both drivers the second time around.
That's for sure.
Now it's all
Rambo
in the judges' hands.
Yeah, Rambo had a lot more proximity, and Rambo filled the zones better in his lead, but I don't know. I could see this going to Rambo.
And that's exactly where it went. They ended up giving it to Rambo. He's gonna move on.
But Joby, huge improvement from his first run. Like, not trying to throw any shade on his first run, but man,
I would have to agree.
yeah.
Definitely a big improvement from his first run there. Now we got Cole against Jason, 370 against BRZ. Let's see what Cole can do. Cole actually moving on to Prospect here pretty soon in Formula Drift. Happy that he's here with us at ADL, rocking the 370. Usually in the C7, so interesting to see him pick the 370 for this track. But really good run there from Cole. Jason seeming like he was trying his best to catch back up to Cole after he fell back, but he just couldn't do it. And
Huge tire drop.
yeah, it's unfortunate. You really don't want to see that happen, but you know, when you're up against some of the best, you know, and you got to do what you can to catch back up and get that proximity back. All right, here we go. Drivers initiate. Jason going over the rumble strip right there on that nose clip. Going a little wide of that nose clip there. Cole staying a little bit far back.
Well,
I don't know if Cole was just playing it safe or if he just couldn't catch up to Jason there. But
he was following Jason all through all of his mistakes and might have just tried, maybe shook him up a little bit, not really going through that line, but sticking with him through thick and thin.
yeah, and they gave it to Cream, so Cream's gonna move on to the grade 8. And up next we got Bread against Edvards.
Red changing his car.
Yeah, I
Was in
see
the
that.
SID, now in the 370.
Bread with a huge flick on initiation. Edvards not quite able to stick there with him, hang there with him on that initiation. Big flick from Bread though. Edvards catching him back up, getting right up on him. Bread with a really good lead run there.
Really good.
Pretty much ideal lead run. Huge flick, full throttle the whole rest of the track, maximizing his track limits, and hitting every.
That last outside, but overall, very great run.
Yeah, very good run. All right, let's see what Edvards can do in the lead run. Let's see what Brett can do in the chase. Edvards hitting that rumble strip there. Brett sticking right with him though. Brett giving him a little tap, staying right there with him though. Didn't fall back like most drivers do. And Brett with another little tap right as that outside zone is coming to an end. Wow, what a run. Both drivers really good drivers.
Great drivers. Yeah.
And that is going to be extremely hard for the judges to come up with an answer for. They gave it to Bread. That was easy choice. Oh, yes, I forgot Edvards. He did cut the track there on that initiation at that nose clip. So, it was easier than I thought it was going to be for them. And that is already our first group. Now we got Group B coming in, which is going to be C-Note and SR20 Kid in the first battle. Then it's going to be Sillick against Jimmy in the second battle. Mark Slides against Hydra in the third. And Terran against Spaceman in the fourth. And then after that, we will be in the Great 8. Only one group left. And then, as you all know, semifinals. And then third place. And then who's going to take podium? Well, first place. Third place is technically still podium. So.
Yep, who's going to come away with the first win of the 2023 season?
Yeah, that's the big question of the day here. So we're going to give you guys a quick little track demonstration here. So initiation line here. You can only go about half a tire on this red part out here, or else it's considered off track. You want to come right here to this nose clip. Don't put any front tires on that rumble strip there. And then you're going to continue out this way. I don't know why I'm lagging so bad. Continue out this way, hit this nose clip, same thing, no front tires on the rumble strip. Outside zone here. And then another outside zone here. Oh, another outside zone. Then you're going to come around to another nose clip, no front tires on the rumble strip, and then you're going to finish out with an outside zone. And the finish line is somewhere about right here.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a power out situation, kind of like how FD has at Long Beach. You know, they kind of have a line there, but they really just want you to power out of it. As you can see, we got a little go-kart track.
Yeah, right there in the center. Yeah, I noticed that. Hydra putting out his practice lap here. The last group of top 16. All right, and this track is brought to you by ESDA. who is sponsored by VDC and obviously Vosen and Big Duck Club as well. Got some pretty nice flags over here. We'll watch some of their practice runs here while we people voting to restart the session. Doing some semaphore drifting.
You know you're a good drifter when you can drift the semaphore.
Oh yeah, that thing's wheelbase is very, very, very tiny.
Yeah.
Not the easiest to control.
It's like drifting a go-kart.
All right, seems as though we are going to get the first battle started. At least that's what it's seeming. We got C-Note against SR20 Kid. Both drivers in the Genesis. The loudest car in the pack. Headphone users, be aware.
It's about to get loud.
Very.
About to get loudy and rowdy.
Alright, here we go. They are off. C-Note against SR20 Kid. Let's see what they can do. Both drivers in the Genesis. C-Note with a big initiation. Shallowing up just a little bit. SR20 Kid falling behind. Definitely have to make some of that proximity back up. Definitely going to be hard to do when you're in the same car. Wow, C-Note with a really good lead run right to the edge of the track there. Gonna be tough for SR20 Kid to make that up in the next battle.
Yep.
He's definitely gonna have to put down the best run of his life here. Alright, and they are off. SR20 Kid in the lead this time around. He initiates nice and smooth. C-Note though right there with him, not giving him any room. Right on him through the transition, right on through that transition as well, and then second up really tight to him here. Can he stay there? He does. Wow, got a little bit shaky there at the end, but overall, really good run from both drivers.
Oh yeah. The decision's probably going to be pretty much unanimous, but great work by both drivers.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, when you start reaching the top 16, top 8, that's when it starts to get a little more challenging. You know, the better drivers are moving on and everything, so definitely gets harder as the bracket goes on, obviously.
Oh,
but
definitely.
yeah, up next we got Siwolek against Jimmy. Siwolek in the E36, Jimmy in the S15. We'll see what these drivers were able to do. Alright, Siwolek initiates. Jimmy right on him as he initiates. Siwolek pulling away just a little bit. But Jimmy able to get that proximity back. Can he stay there though? Can he stay in that pocket? Falling back just a little bit. Going a little bit wide there, Jimmy does. Siwolek though with an outstanding lead run.
Wow.
On the E36. Really, just a textbook lead there from Siwolek.
Oh yeah. Everything you want to see.
Alright, here we go for their second run of their battle. And they are off. Jimmy in the S15. Jimmy with a big flick on initiation as always. Staying really close to that left side of the track there. Maximizing his angle. Siwolek not allowing him to transition. And just kind of forcing Jimmy to go off track. You really hate to see it.
Yeah.
Jimmy was definitely using every bit of angle that S15 has. And, you know, Siwolek just wasn't able to stay far enough back, you know. And just caused him to slightly keep his nose there a little bit too long and not allow Jimmy to transition.
Yeah, Jimmy was definitely throwing a lot more angle and taking a lot more tighter line than Siwolek was probably expecting. And you know, you don't see it coming.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, you know, when that happens this far into the competition. You know, you don't want anybody to be taken out that way, so just really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll see what the judges say. Maybe they seen something we didn't, but
maybe they thought he threw too much angle, which would have choked up the chase and caused him to make contact on initiation. But I don't know.
That could be it. They gave it to Jimmy. Okay, so it was Siwolek's fault for the contact. So they gave it to Jimmy. So Jimmy's gonna move on to the grade 8, and Siwolek will be eliminated. Up next is gonna be Mark Slides against Hydra, and then Taryn against Spaceman. This here should be a really good battle. Both these drivers put in so much practice. Both of them want it so bad. Alright, Mark initiates. Nice and smooth. Hydra slowly working his way up to that door. But Mark does have that Aston really gripped up. Let's see if Hydra can hang with him through this last section here. Just not able to get that extra little car link that he needed.
Yeah, a little too far behind. We're gonna see how Mark Slides approaches his chase here. If he can nail down that proximity, he's got this thing in the bag.
go. Hydra in the lead this time. Hydra initiates. And Mark right there with him, hard on the brakes to avoid from making contact with Hydra. Hydra, though, putting down a really tremendous lead run here. And Mark just sucking up to his rear tire there, right across the line.
Oh man.
Both great runs, though. I mean, both battles had great runs in them. Neither one of them been completed or anything like that. You know, just overall, they put the car where they need to. Hydra he could have used a little bit of that proximity. You know, it's a little hard to catch back up in these cars when you lose some because you know they're so fast that you have to cut so much of the track to get back up on the guy's door, and that will also hinder your run. So, you know, if you can cut like one clip to catch back up to somebody, then that's probably okay. But you know, usually you got to do more than just that. So, especially in these cars, they're not very forgiving. That is for sure.
Yep, that is definitely for sure.
Like I was saying earlier, all the driver suits, everything are made to match the liveries. All of them unique in their own right. Just overall very, very, very cool. Well, this one seems to have kind of a stock helmet, but that's okay. Stock driver model. Oh, that's the Atlanta Speedworks livery. That's why. But all the Assetto Drift League ones, they are all, you know, fully customized to the car's livery, which I think is just a nice little added touch for each car. Just really cool to see, something you don't really see in every other car pack, so pretty cool, I think, at least.
A little extra detail goes a long way.
That's right, you know, just that little bit of jazz thrown in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, makes all the difference sometimes.
Yep.
But we wanted the best looking car pack. We might not have the best looking, but I definitely think that we're up there for sure. We're pretty close to being there, so.
Yeah, most definitely. This is definitely one of the better packs that I've seen. There's not a lot of pro packs out there that can pull off looking good and running good. I think this is up there with one of those top packs. There you go. That's what I'm looking for.
I think so too. I don't feel like I don't want to sound like I'm boasting or anything, but you know, it is it's up there, I definitely think, and very, very proud of how it turned out. We had to delay the launch of it a little bit, but you know, I think it was well worth it for how it turned out. You know, everybody seems to enjoy driving them. Some tracks are obviously trickier than other tracks in these cars, but overall, just they're pretty good on mostly every track. So, still waiting for the judges to get back with us here on this call. They know they don't want to take a top 8 spot away from anybody here, so definitely doing all the work they had to.
Especially this far into the comp, you don't want to make a wrong call.
I would say I can agree with that, Ben.
Yeah. I think that's what's gonna have to come down to.
Oh, they gave it to Hydro. Okay.
All right. Huh.
Very, very interesting. I thought it was going to be an OMT, but hey, that's what the judges are there for. I know I've seen them leave One of them left, so I know they went to the replay to go watch the replay. So, you know, maybe they seen something that we didn't. So
Yeah. I know that Hydra had filled his zones a little bit better during his lead than Mark might have done, but yeah, that's why we got judges.
that is exactly why we have judges. But here we go, Terran against Spaceman for the last battle of the top 16. Terran in the C7, Spaceman in the 370. Spaceman needing to get that proximity back a little bit, and he does. Sucks up real close there. Terran looking like he's a little shell on that last zone. Maybe a little bit too much off throttle, but overall, very good run there from Alright, we'll see what these boys are able to do for their second run. Oh. Drone cam decided they wanted to shoot behind the cars. Alright, Space with a good initiation. Going a little wide, using every inch of the track all the way out to the paint. Terran was really close to him on initiation. Bumper to bumper on initiation. And Terran trying to suck it up close, back up to Spaceman. Not quite as much angle as Space does, but was doing what he could to get that proximity back.
You know, Terran had a little bump Space a little bit during initiation when he was behind him, but overall, not too bad from either driver.
No, very, very good from both drivers. Both runs were really good, I think. Alright, we got Terran doing some donuts here. Some street takeover stuff here. Alright, seems like all the judges are still in here, so they're just going to be judging off the replay this time. Maybe we gave them good enough angles this time around. Maybe I could help them out and give some overhead footage of one of the runs. I'm trying to like stay in front but also overhead at the same time so they can see tire drops and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
you know, it's constantly having to adjust the drone cam the whole time around the track, you know, so it's a little difficult, but it is what it is.
Okay.
Hey Hydra. Right. This is the only part of the comp that I can say that I don't enjoy.
He's just sitting.
Is waiting awkwardly for the judges to come back with an answer.
We gotta figure out some way to get replays going. That's gonna.
I can do replays. I have a button for it.
Oh shoot! Why
But-
have we been doing that?
Well, because usually when you do the replays, like by the time the replay's over, they're already on their next run. You know, because like it's one thing if I'm the one running the light, then I can send them off after the replay's over. But with somebody else running the light, like Lester likes to go like as fast as he can. Like he wants to get through it. You know what I mean? So he's not going to wait for the replay to finish before he sends them off again. So most of the time, by the time the replay gets done playing, they're already midway through their next run, and then it kind of just, you know, you're screwed. You know, you only watched half the second run, you know what I mean? So I mean, I could have a replay set up for just the second runs, but you know, after after the first time we ran it this way and I tried to do replays, I was like, it's not gonna work. So I just haven't really messed with it much anymore. But I still have the hotkey assigned to do the replays. I just haven't been doing them. So I'm not even sure if it would actually work this time around. Like if I was to hit the replay button right now, I am not positive that it would actually play the replay. I think it would play the replay from like the last comp we did it with. So, oh, and they gave it to Terran. So Terran is gonna move on. He's gonna win over Spaceman, and he's gonna move on to the Grade 8. So in the Grade 8, we have Riley against Rambo. We have, waiting for the bracket to move out of the way, we have Cream against Bread. We have C-Note against Jimmy. And then we have Hydra against Terran. So definitely some really good battles here in the Grade 8, moving on to the semifinals. Can't wait to see what these drivers are able to do.
In the Grade 8, deserves to be here.
That's exactly right. If you're in the Grade 8, you definitely earned your spot there.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, the Riley against Rambo battle is going to be really good. The Cream against Bread battle is going to be good. Well, all of them are going to be good, actually.
All of them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all going to be really, really close, really tight-knit battles. So very, very excited to see what they're able to pull together here and go to this final round. Or not final round. Going into the Grade 8, round 3.
Yeah.
Alright. I think our judges are getting all the drivers to go ahead and join in now. We're going to send you guys to a quick little commercial break while we wait on them to come in here and get their practice runs in. And we'll be right back once they're all ready to go for round 3. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the competition. We are moving on to the grade 8. We are getting ready to send off the first group of the grade 8, which is going to be Riley against Rambo. Both drivers today in the RX-7. Definitely going to be a battle of the ages here.
Yep, two very great drivers.
Yes,
the same car.
both very, very, very good drivers. And yeah, like you said, in the same car nonetheless. So, it's going to be very interesting. I know how bad both these drivers want it. So, definitely going to be interesting. And can't wait to see what happens, how they turn out. Riley with a big flick, Rambo right on him as he initiated almost identically as Riley. Rambo's sticking it really close to him, staying with him. Staying close to him through this whole last section here. Rambo right on his door. Riley's super smooth in the lead position there. Wow, those are the battles that you come to see.
Yeah, Rambo having a cup of tea in Riley's car.
Yeah, for sure.
For the entire run. You know, like you're saying how badly these drivers wanted. Riley came runner-up in Daytona on a very unfortunate mishap with his car. You can see how much you would want to get a win here.
Oh yeah, wow, Riley's so close to Rambo, bumping him and just not giving him any room. Riley wanted it so bad, so aggressively going after that door. And just didn't give him any room to transition, but that was an impressive initiation nonetheless. Wow.
He knew what he needed to do. Just
wow. I would love to hear what's going on right now in the group chat with all of them, the group voice chat.
Wow. What a battle.
If that doesn't show how bad Riley wanted to take out Rambo, then I don't know what does. But wow, that was incredible. That was the through the first clip at least, it was very impressive. Riley was so close, not giving him any room at all.
Like I said, he knew what he needed to do. He needed to be on him from initiation all the way through. There's no other way he was going to be able to get that. Just Rambo had such an amazing chase. There's almost no way he could top that, but he knew what he needed to do and, you know, try to put as much pressure on him. Just a little too much.
I agree. I 100% agree with you. You know, like you said, he knew what he had to do and he was doing it, you know, all the way up until the contact was made. And, you know, it's very unfortunate that it comes down to contact, you know, and not how well, you know, one of the drivers was able to compete against the other driver. But, you know, we'll see what the judges say. Maybe
we're taking a little bit of time here.
Yeah, they really are. They're taking a bunch of time to decide on this, so maybe they're just being really sure that that is exactly what happened. And they're writing to me now, so we will see what they say.
Yeah.
And they gave it to Rambo, so he's going to move on as we assumed. Very unfortunate for Riley. You know, I know how bad he wanted it. Just got back from Las Vegas. Would be one heck of a way to end his trip by coming home with a dub. But you know, I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of him in the comps in the future. So,
Oh, absolutely.
really awesome driving by him today, though.
One of the best drivers we have here at ADL.
I would definitely say so, for sure. Rambo and Riley both. Also, these two drivers here, Cream and Bread, two of the better drivers as well. Really, all the drivers that are left in the Final 8 are some of the better drivers we have here at ADL. So
They're here for a reason.
that is right. But here we go, Cream against Bread, both in 370. We'll see what they're able to do. Cream initiates. Bread initiated right with him, right on the same line as Cream. Bread trying to suck it up close to Cream. We'll see if he can get on his door. Getting pretty close there. Didn't get as close as he would like, I would assume. You know, I know how Bread drives, and I know that he would like to be closer than that. Even though he was still pretty close, he's still a really aggressive driver and loves being on the door of his opponent. So we'll see what they're able to do in the next run here. Oh, I would assume is going to be super close. Here we go. Bread initiates. Cream trying to get that proximity. Bread pulling away from him just a little bit right there after that transition. And Cream coming right back up on his door. Wow.
Wow.
Great runs from both drivers.
Yeah. A lot of
Whoa.
it's going to be interesting, you know, how this one's going to be called. You know, not many mistakes on either driver's end. It just really comes down to proximity, and it is so wide, it's very varied in the proximity between both drivers. Some were closer in some sections than others, and sometimes they weren't. So it's going to be interesting to see.
I think it was a very even battle between both drivers there. And, you know, even if the judges decided to go OMT with these two guys, that's really what it's going to be the next time, too. It's going to be even harder to make a call. And then, you know, that's just how it goes. You got to go until one of them makes a mistake. And unfortunately, I don't think either one of these drivers would make a mistake. So,
yeah, no.
But I got a feeling they're going to be deliberating on this one for a while.
Yeah.
Give a little bit of a car showcase while we wait. I think one of the nope, all the judges are still in here. I was gonna say I think one of them left, but no, they didn't. That was Rambo that left. Sino also just got disconnected from the server. I wonder if they're leaving or if they're just for some reason disconnecting. Oh, and they gave it to Cream. So Cream is going to move on to the semi-finals here. And Bread will be eliminated. Cream will be going against Rambo. That's going to be a really good battle.
Wow. We are getting treats galore.
Yeah, up next is going to be Sino against Jimmy, and then Hydra against Terran. And then we'll be in the semifinals. And just about finishing up the competition for today.
Neither driver is in the server right now.
Yeah, I noticed that. Both the drivers ended up leaving. So that's interesting. Maybe they went to go save the replay or something. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I noticed that as well. Neither driver is in here.
You know,
but I think Hydra and Terran are both in here, so we could get them
they're in
sent
here.
off. Yeah, we could
Yeah.
get them sent off before C-Note and Jimmy
Mhm.
do their runs.
Oh, no, there he is.
Okay, C-Note is back.
Still no Jimmy though.
I don't even see Jimmy in chat. Maybe he had to leave? I hope that's not the
Maybe?
case. Maybe he had to go do something.
Huh. Probably trying to figure out where he's at. Yeah, they're gonna go ahead and get Terran and Hydra started while they figure out what's going on with Jimmy.
Okay.
Wait, no, that was
Alright. Yeah, Jimmy sent me a message saying that he is really not feeling the best. So, he said he's gonna have to take a loss, unfortunately. But here we go, Hydra against Terran. Hydra in the lead, Terran in the chase. Terran right on his bumper. Oh, making a huge mistake going off track. Terran doing everything he could to avoid contact with Hydra, doing a very good job of not messing up Hydra's run, but unfortunately kind of just ruining his own. And you really hate to see that. So Cena will get a bye, and he will automatically move on to the semifinals against whoever the winner of this battle is. Hydra just absolutely got gapped off the line. Not quite sure what happened there.
He needs to make up some of that proximity.
He definitely is going to have to make up at least some of it. You know, he's catching him a little bit.
There you go.
But definitely was caught sleeping in the line, and that I wouldn't be surprised if that's going to qualify as a OMT, because Terran got a 0 on his first run. But
Yeah.
Hydra also
Almost an inactive chase there.
Yeah, so you know, it's going to be an interesting call for sure, because
Yeah.
you know,
Depends on how the judges want to call that.
yeah,
Because he caught back up, but for that full half a run, he wasn't there. It's gonna be interesting.
yeah, it's going to be an interesting call either way, you know. I don't know
Yeah.
if Hydra was just caught sleeping, or if Terran just happened to get, you know, that good of a launch on him, but which I doubt that's what it was. You know, Hydra might have just been caught lacking a little bit at the line. But that could definitely qualify as a inactive chase. So
Yeah. Because it looks like Hydra left at the same time, but he just wasn't on it.
maybe he was in the wrong gear or something like this. Something had to
Maybe.
happen. He might have still been in like third gear, fourth gear or something, or second, or you know, any of that, and just kind of got left in the dust. I think the judges are trying to figure out what they're going to do about that exactly. Still waiting to hear back from the judges. Looks like Taryn is making his way back up to the line.
Possibly an OMT?
That's exactly what it is an OMT.
All right. Guess they were to qualify it as an inactive chase.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Hydra. You know, he pretty much had it in the bag. You know, just slight mishap off the line and,
Yep.
you know, kind of ruined it for him there. You know, he had a hate to say it, but he had an easy victory.
He
and
did.
Just whatever it was that happened, you know, kind of ruined it for him. Gonna make him earn it.
Yep. That's why exactly that rule's there, to prevent people from just staying back as far as they can, you know, not trying to mess up their lead run and just getting an easy win. You know, you got to work for it still. Not saying that that's what Hydra was trying to do. I don't. He's in no way the kind of driver that would do that. You know, so you get unlucky. You know.
Yeah. I don't think he would do that either. But you know, maybe he is. Because I don't see Hydra moving yet, so maybe he is. He's striking on his call.
Maybe he doesn't like the call.
Yeah, I think he could possibly be protesting right now. But you know, that's I seen it that way as well. Yep, Hydra is protesting, so we'll be right back. We're gonna take a short little break while Hydra protests, and we'll come right back once this is settled. All right, we are back. Looks like both drivers are coming back to the line. After the protest was made, drivers are going to run it one more time. Hydra's chase was deemed inactive, and Taryn incompleted on his first run. So here we go. We got Hydra and Taryn again. Hydra in the lead, Taryn in the chase, and Taryn just not giving himself any room to transition, avoiding contact with Hydra again though, but just didn't give himself enough space to be far enough away from Hydra to allow himself to transition.
Yep, and Terran straightening up towards the end of the track there. That was very interesting. You know, it is giving yourself room to transition, but the amount of angle that Hydra was throwing almost is unnatural.
Yeah, it's like he was kind of cutting off, cutting Hydra off or Terran just a little bit. So
yeah, there's a line of giving yourself room to transition and cutting off the chase driver. And that's going to be an interesting one to.
Yeah. Oh, Hydra with a huge straight in. Hydra, you know he is not happy right now. But I also don't know. Oh man, this is gonna be very interesting. This is definitely probably gonna be another OMT here.
There's nothing to call on that because Terran incompleted because he got tires onto the rumble strip on that first inside clip. In Terran's chase, he straightened and also the contact with Hydra. Hydra could have been deemed at fault for that his first lead run for make an unchaseable lead just because he was giving him he was running in an unnatural angle and he's running the right line but just unnatural angle that's hard to chase, you know.
Yeah, that would have definitely been hard to chase for sure.
Yeah.
Not
And then
impossible
Hydra
to chase,
strained.
granted, you know, I've chased guys on this track where, you know, they ran it super wide like that. And I even ran it a couple, you know, really wide like that a couple times myself. So
Yeah.
you know, it's gonna be. I don't think either driver is gonna be happy about the call unless it goes OMT. So
yeah, there is no run for either driver that they did not get a penalty for.
yeah, exactly. You know, Hydra could have been at fault for choking up the chase and, you know, running an unnatural lead line.
Yeah.
And Terran for incompleting, you know, he could have stayed on track. He could have just rode the brakes and just stayed in drift and everything, but you know, he didn't. And then Hydra straightened up on his chase run. So
yeah, there's even if Hydra wasn't at fault, you know, that's only one run out of 4. You know, that's not enough to be like, okay, we're gonna confidently give this driver the win. You know, that has to go to OMT. I don't see any other option, but I guess the judges are exploring all the options, you know, trying to see if they don't have to bring it to one more time.
Yeah, I honestly think that would be their best call, though. Like if I'm being completely honest, I think that would be their best option to go with. You know, just because it could easily go either way. You know what I mean? So,
but yeah, you know, just to get the pressure off of the judges, you know, not have anybody come back and be like, this isn't right, this call is wrong, you know, just go one more time, make this run the deciding factor. You know, worst comes to worst, you're in the same position and you're forced to make a decision, you know.
Yeah, and they're both running super aggressive right now because it's you know, it's what it's gonna depict who goes to the semifinals. So, you know, they're both running their hearts out there. So, you know, they both want it really bad. So
you can tell Hydra's still upset about that one call. You know, you can see it in the way he drives. He's getting a lot more aggressive. He wants this thing to be over with.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. You know, I mean, it's. I don't know. I'd hate to be a judge right now. I know that much. I would not want to be a judge because I do not want to make any of these drivers upset. You know, they are what make ADL. So,
and a lot of them are your friends too.
Yeah, exactly. You know, granted, you can't have friends on comp day. So, you know, it is what it is. But they gave it to Hydra, so maybe they seen it the way that you know. I also seen it. I seen it as, you know, he might have been running a little wide. He very well could have been running a little wide, but at the same time,
that's the chase driver's responsibility to make sure he has enough room.
Yeah, it's your responsibility to make sure you don't hit him or you don't hit him off track. You know, you follow. If he goes off track, you go off track with him. You know,
Exactly.
You know,
follow
but,
him to the ends of the earth, man.
yeah, but you know, Hydra was utilizing every inch of the track, making it extremely hard for Terran to chase. But at the same time, you know, he's driving super aggressive, and he's, you know, he's going after that victory. You know, so unfortunately for Terran, you know, but I would definitely say out of both drivers, Terran definitely did make more mistakes than Hydra did collectively.
Collectively, yeah.
So, you know, overall, not
You
a
hate to
bad
see
call
it.
made.
Yeah, the judges definitely. I feel they definitely made the right call. You know, in a high stress situation like that, all the pressure's on you, and it's tough.
Right. Yeah. Now we got a battle of the ages right now. We got Rambo against Cream. We have the man with the most ADL title under his belt against a soon-to-be Formula Drift driver. So let's see what they are able to do. Rambo in the lead, Cream in the chase. Cream knows that he has to be super aggressive here. Stay really close to him the whole way around this track, because that RX-7 is quick, but also the guy driving it is an absolute menace. Cream, though, staying right there with him all the way around the track, falling back in a couple spots, but overall sticking right there with him. So Rambo is definitely going to have his work cut out for him as well.
It's going to be interesting because now Rambo is in the same position Riley was.
Yes.
Perfect lead, but that chase, he had it down. He needs to have another Riley-like chase if he's going to get out of this.
All right, let's see what they can do. Cream initiates. Rambo sticking it right there with them, though. Rambo just so technical, so precise with his inputs. Wow, Rambo staying right there with him, so smooth in the chase, sticking it really close the whole time, right on his door across the line. Wow. Wow.
Man.
What a display of showmanship there.
He is just so robotic.
He is 100%. That's what his name should be, is Mr. Robotic instead of Rambo.
Bro, it is crazy. That is the second time he's pulled off a chase like that.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
crazy.
he is a outstanding driver. You know, well deserving of all of the victories that he's had here at ADL. And they were quick to decide that Rambo was the winner.
Yeah.
Just super smooth in the chase. Super.
No mistakes by either driver, too. You know,
stayed super close to him the whole time. So technical. So, I mean, just.
It's
great,
just
great.
Great. It's perfect. It's
it was an ideal chase run. Yeah, I mean, other than like being right up in his shit all the way around the track, you know, he was about as close as you could get. So
without pushing him all the way around the track, you know.
Yeah. So Rambo will move on to the finals. Next, we got C-Note against Hydra. Hydra definitely has his work cut out for him if C-Note continues to drive the way he has today. Let's see what C-Note and Hydra are able to do. C-Note in the Genesis in the lead, and Hydra in the E36 in the chase. C-Note with a massive flick on initiation, putting 2 tires on that rumble strip though. Not what you want to see, but very stylish, lots of angle.
Hydra on the rumble strip as well.
It's okay for the chase driver to be on the rumble strip, but not the lead.
I don't know. I'm just trying to call something. I don't know what's going on anymore. There's too much.
Hydra doing some donuts here to get his tires a little warm. C-Note also doing the small little burnout. All right, let's see what these drivers are able to do. C-Note in the chase this time around, and Hydra in the lead. Here we go. Hydra with a flick on initiation. C-Note sucking it up close to him, bumper to bumper on transition. Hydra being very, very tactical in that lead. Putting the car right where it needs to, but C-Note, like he's been all day, just right on the chase or the lead driver's door. Whoever he goes against, he is not scared of them, and he just puts it right on their door. All his opponents are definitely going home with tire marks on their doors today. Wow.
gonna come down to that tire drop.
It is. I think that is honestly going to be the deciding factor. Is C-Note just throwing a little bit too much angle there on initiation. Maybe not too much angle, but not flinging it out quite as wide enough. And putting those two front tires over the rumble strip. That was said in the driver meeting that you don't want to put front tires on the rumble strip. So, unfortunate on his end, but we'll see what the judges say.
You hate to see something like that, this far into the battle. Same kind of thing we had last year at Oman, just those little mistakes far into the battle, you hate to have them. You feel like once you get to the top 8, you should be past all those, but the mistakes happen, you get in your head sometimes, and you just make those simple mistakes.
Yeah. Like you said, you do the same thing over and over and over again, and then it's hard to be as precise as he's been all day long, consistently at least, doing the same thing every single time. Granted, he has up until that point, but just unfortunate. But the judges are still deciding, so maybe they're trying to find something that our friend Hydra did that we didn't notice. But we shall see what they say.
Maybe that tire drop that he had, maybe he went too far off. Because he did cut a lot. I don't know. But it looked like he had 2 tires going off. But if it touched the grass, then...
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he touched the grass or not, but I mean, either way, you don't want to touch the rumble strips. That's the whole thing. And it seems like Cole left, even though he's going to have a 4th place battle, I believe. He's already left the server and he's already disconnected from Discord. So whoever he goes against for 4th place is automatically going to have a 3rd place, or for 3rd place is automatically going to have a podium.
That is not. It's not good. Someone might need to get in contact with him. You'd hate to see a 3rd place battle go on the run, but
yeah, I don't think he cares enough, though, to be completely honest.
Yeah, it's Cream we're talking about.
Yeah, this is Cole. So I mean, I don't think he cares enough to come back to jump back on to do a 3rd place battle. So.
Oh yeah.
But we're still waiting for the judges to get back to us. They were typing there for a second, but now they have stopped typing, so maybe they're going over some other things here. Man, they are really going into it. OMT.
OMT. Wow.
All right. Here we go.
Hydra just can't seem to get out of these OMTs.
That's right. I think he's had more OMTs today than anybody else has, so he's definitely a contender now today. All right, C-Note in the lead. Big flick on initiation like always, but avoiding that rumble strip. Hydra sticking it right on his door after that second transition. Or first transition, I'm sorry. And Hydra trying to do what he can to get up on the door, and C-Note, he does. He gets really, really close. C-Note's going to have his work cut out for him in the chase, that is for sure. Hydra putting down what I would say his best chase of the day today.
Oh, for sure.
Against C-Note there. I mean, he just stuck it there and kept it there for most of the way around the track, so.
Even through that heavy angle that C-Note was throwing
Yeah, he was. Hydra always with the big flicks. Oh, throwing a backy on initiation. And C-Note just bumping him right out of his way. Not giving him any room. Hydra getting really saucy on initiation there.
You hate to see that.
You really do. You really, really do.
That's
Hydra just threw a mega backy on the initiation. And he definitely wanted to go out swinging.
Yeah.
He's like, you can throw a backy, I can throw a backy too. Watch this. Because C-Note does. He throws almost a backy every single time he initiates. Not quite a backy, but it's right there. And as far as that run goes, judges, same thing, gonna have their work cut out for him, seeing whose fault exactly that was. They gave it to C-Note. Okay, so it goes to C-Note. So C-Note will go against Rambo for first place. And Hydra seems like he has already locked in third, seeing as Cole has already left. So we're going to get a podium train going here at the end of the round, or at the end of this battle here. And let me just hop over with them and let them all know.
Yep. Get a little podium shot too.
Hey, just so you guys remember, we're doing a podium train, and then at the end of the track, right after the bridge, there's like a billboard there where I want first place in the middle, second place off to one of the sides, and then third place on the other side. I want first place.
Screen's gone.
Yeah, I know. So you're just gonna get the bot. You're just getting the third place. So yeah, exactly. So I want first place sticking their nose out the furthest, second just slightly back behind second, and then third slightly back behind second. So
What, first in the middle?
First in the middle, yes. First in the middle, second, like if you're sitting in the car, first in the middle, second off to the left-hand side of the car of first, and then third to the right side of first. And like I said, if you're sitting in the car, from looking at it face on, from like the drone cam, it would be first in the middle, second to the right, third to the left. Okay.
So what was my my problem on that lead, Lester?
I'm sorry?
What was my issue?
All right. I just wanted to give them a heads up of how we were going to get the picture and everything for the podium. And then Hydra getting the bye run for third. So he has already got third locked in the bag because, like we said, Cole has left. So now we got C-Note against Rambo.
Rambo looking to get what, his fourth ADL win?
Yeah, it would be his fourth one. First of the season, gonna be pretty crazy seeing him win the first one of the season after having the most victories last year. So, gonna be definitely a good way for him to start off this season. But here we go for the last place battle. C-Note and the Genesis in the chase against Rambo and the RX-7 in the lead. C-Note definitely gonna have to be very precise and tactical like he's been all day. Bumping Rambo right on that transition there. Trying to get that proximity back just a little bit because he knows Rambo is going to be right there with him.
It all comes down to this.
This is what it comes down to. We will see what they are able to pull out.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go for the last battle of the day, the last run of the day aside from the train. We got C-Note, we got Rambo. Let's see what they're able to do. Rambo sucking it right close to him right before initiation. Oh, something happened there. I'm not quite sure what exactly it was, but there was definitely some sort of mishap there. And Rambo running to the side of C-Note and falling right off track. Definitely did appear to be a lag spike. That is exactly what I would call it, as a lag spike. The only problem with it is on who?
Yeah, that's right.
Because I seen C-Note all of a sudden, or
C-Note,
Rambo all of a
yeah.
sudden in Rambo's, or yeah, Rambo all of a sudden all up in C-Note's store.
Yeah.
And then Rambo just spinning off track, and you know it's kind of hard to put blame on anybody for that, especially if you don't know
Yeah.
who it was.
Especially this late into the.
Yeah, and you don't want to, you know, completely rob somebody.
Yeah.
Gonna be very interesting to see what the judges say. Granted, I do think they're gonna say OMT
Yeah.
just because it is the final,
Yeah.
but also because there's no real way to determine whose fault that actually was, you know?
Yeah.
But
Looking
there was
up the
definitely...
replay, it does look like C-Note. But I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to tell, you know?
Yeah, I think the judges would be best suited to just send them one more time, just to kind of be 100% certain, you know, because neither one of the drivers have had lag spikes all day, and now all of a sudden there's a lag spike right in the very last run of the battle, so
Yeah.
like the very last run of the competition, technically. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's kind of a shitty way to end it, in my opinion, my eyes. So I definitely think they would be best suited to just send him one more time and see what happens from there. I kind of am curious as well. I want to look at the replay. Yeah, I'm not very positive on exactly what happened. It looked
Yeah.
like C-Note hit the brakes hard, but at the same time, you know he didn't hit the brakes.
Yeah.
Like, that's
so
not a
that's why I'm
that's not a
thinking-
braking zone.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking is a lag spike on him, because he was the one that slowed. Or
Yeah,
that's
but then at the same time, though, it made Rambo's run incomplete.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what the judges said. They said OMT because they weren't able to see who exactly it was that didn't complete it or that lagged.
Yeah.
So they're going to go OMT here, which I definitely think was the best call to make for sure. But all right, here we go. This should be the last battle of the day. We got Rambo in the lead in the RX-7, and we got C-Note in the chase in the Genesis. We'll see what these drivers can pull together here. C-Note going a little bit wide, falling back off Rambo just a little bit. Doing the same thing there, having to take this inside line, but sticking right there with him the whole time, not letting Rambo go anywhere. Wow, what a run from both drivers.
Just like we've seen before.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are just so... the end of the comp, these guys are just, you know, best of the best, you know, and they really, really want it. You know, when you're in that finals position, it's, you're driving with everything you got for that win. So here we go. C-Note initiates. Mega angle from C-Note on initiation. Leaving Rambo behind just a little bit. Rambo gonna have to catch some ground up here. C-Note dropping a tire over that rumble strip. And Rambo trying to get the proximity back. Needs to suck it up just a little bit closer there across the line. And C-Note putting the tire off track again. Wow.
Wow.
He wanted it. He was driving with everything he had, using every inch of the track, every inch of the rumble strip, and then some. Just incredible runs from both drivers. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see it go OMT one more time, just because I think C-Note was a little bit closer than Rambo on his chase run. Maybe quite didn't follow the same exact line, kind of like Rambo did, but I think he had a little bit more pizzazz in his lead run, you know, going wide and stuff, you know, throwing a bunch of angle and everything like that. But he did drop 2 tires off track as well,
He
so
did.
that could be a huge hindrance especially when you're in the finals.
Yeah.
That could be literally
Especially
make or
with how much
break.
it
You know,
needs.
even just
Yeah.
dipping one tire, it could be the end of your. You know.
Yeah, because that voids out your voids out that entire zone. No, that doesn't count for anything.
Yeah, exactly. So
Nate's heading out. I think they're going to get another angle.
yeah, I
it.
think that's what they're doing as well. I think they're going to really go through this very last run here, the
Yeah.
best that they can, to really see, you know, who the winner is and everything, and just really go over it with a fine-tooth comb, especially being the very last run of the competition. But yeah, it's definitely been a pretty successful day here. I would say, at least. Lots of really good runs, way more good runs today than I really thought there was honestly going to be. Just because, like I said, the drivers don't really know the cars yet. You know, don't really know the best optimal tune for them and everything. So just be aware that in the future comps, these drivers are definitely going to be well more prepared now that the car pack's actually released, and they are able to get more time behind the wheel with them. So would definitely be cool to see something on one of these little tracks down here in the infield. I see a couple spots where you could make a comp track on these little guys down here, but they're not very wide at all. That would be a really, really tough track to do a competition on. But overall, really cool little tracks. I'd love to make them possibly.
Well, that would be sick.
Judges are really going through everything here, trying to find out who it was that the winner, or who the winner was, at least I should say.
Yeah.
First comp of the year. Who is it gonna be? Is it gonna be C-Note and the Genesis, or is it gonna be Rambo and the RX-7? Either way, it's two cars that I didn't think would take the first victory. I didn't think the Genesis was gonna win the first comp, and I didn't think the RX-7 was gonna win the first comp. If I'm being completely honest, I thought it was gonna be either the Aston or like the C7 or the 370 or something, and I gave it to Rambo. So Rambo will secure his victory for his 4th ever win here at ADL, and winning the first event of the year. And here we go. We're gonna send the drivers off for okay.
Here's the only one that got the memo.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they're doing.
We're bringing it back.
Yeah, we're gonna do a podium train here. We're gonna send first, second, and third off. And here we go.
Oh my gosh. Things are going south. We're not looking good.
Yeah, we just need first, second, and third in that order, guys. That's it.
Okay.
All right, here we go. First, third, second is fine, I guess.
All right, that's fine. No.
All right, and here we go for the podium train. Let's see how it looks.
Tino dropping a tire, coming around T2. Up another tire.
Oh, and Cino putting it really close on Hydra. Trying to suck it up here across the line, and they all made it. That's all we were really looking for, was for them all to make it across the line.
On their way to the podium.
right. And here is your podium for the day, folks.
What a race.
Yes, very much a great competition for the day. Oh, and they're already gone. Didn't give us anywhere. Oh, okay.
No, they're switching it up.
Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. Let me make this shot really quick. All right. We'll take one more, and then we'll hop down in here in the chat with them. All right. All right. Good stuff today, boys. I got the pictures. You guys are good to go. Good stuff today, guys. Overall, great comp. Rambo, good stuff. Good stuff on your 4th win, man.
Cino, get back here. Donuts. Victory donut.
All right, guys. Congratulations to everybody. Now you grab.
See me for.
Doing some victory donuts here. It is. All right. Well, do we have anything that 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place wants to say to end out the live stream? What's up? I can't hear you at all.
He said thank you for hosting the comps.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, no problem, man. That's what we do. We love it, and we like when guys show up. You know, especially guys that drive like yourself. So, very, very awesome display of talent today from everybody, and you know, Rambo getting his 4th win today. Hydro, Rambo, you guys got anything you want to add?
Thanks for Cream not showing up.
To give you 3rd place. What about you, Mr. 4-time? What do you got to say? Oh my gosh, hang on. I can't hear anything you guys are saying.
Should we stop moving?
Yeah.
Nothing much, just thank you for another comp.
Absolutely, man. You got it. Thank you for showing up, and you know, we hope to see you guys back. That's for sure. But what about the judges? You guys got anything to say, Lester?
I just gotta say, great driving on a lot of the guys. I mean, that. All I can say is that, I mean, there was some good ass battles, and I'm glad to see how the progress of all these guys going from the street now to this, and you know, it's just gonna get better. So
it is. It's definitely gonna get better, and I thank the judges a ton for y'all's help today. You guys did a really good job, as always, and you know, comps wouldn't be able to happen without you guys there in the judging booth. So, greatly appreciated from myself, and I'm sure many others, especially the ones that compete in the competitions. Boom. Thank you to yourself for you know, helping me in the commentary booth as always. You did a great job today. Need to make sure to stack up on your facts for the next track.
Gotcha.
And overall, I think it was for the first comp of the year. I don't think it was terrible. Could have definitely had a better start, but you know, overall, really, really good. Really happy with how it turned out, and just glad that everybody was patient enough to stick it out with us, and you know, make it all the way to the end. And you know, like Lester said, great driving to all the guys today. Really tremendous battles. Like I said during the live stream, I was really, really, really impressed with how everybody was able to drive the cars already. You know, I thought there were going to be a lot more incomplete runs than there was today, just purely from guys not knowing the pack and stuff. But hey, you guys proved me wrong, and you know, it's awesome. Glad you guys are here. But we're going to end the live stream right here, guys. Thank you guys for showing up. I want to thank all of our sponsors, PDS, our partnership with PDS, Team BDB, Kumadori, ATDT, and pretty much about it. And then we're also sponsored by KW Visuals as well. He wants to make liveries for all of the pro series winners, so be looking out for that. As far as for now, we are going to send it to one last commercial break, and then we're going to end the live stream. Thank you guys for tuning in, and make sure that you don't miss the next comp. See ya.